What's good, Two Shoes? Y'all, I want to let y'all know about Two Buddy. We've been partnering with them. There's a link right below this video that you should definitely click on. It's 30% off. Trust me, you want to install that for the growth of your YouTube, whether it's subscribers, watch time hours, tags, all types of stuff. They have all types of stuff. Can't get into all of it because this will go forever. Trust me, hit that link, 30% off. You won't regret it. Install, Flat Cow, your YouTube growth goes boom, just like that.
Hey, we good here? Good. I'm getting back to work.
Welcome to the Purple Pill Podcast. I'm your host, Robert. I'm with my co host, Darren, and my other co host, LA.
LA. Yeah.
So, Darren, I know you wanted to start the podcast out. So,
Yeah, just
It better not be this QC story.
oh no, I'm gonna tell that story later. Off air. I'm gonna finish that story. But just a quick rest in peace to the people who passed in Michigan, who lives was taken in Michigan. Same with Clarence Avon's wife in California. Both those are sad and unfortunate. Truly sad for everything that's going on. Thoughts out for the family. Thoughts and prayers. Sorry about that. For the families. All right, but yeah, I'm good. Just one
I'm
second.
sorry for the slow people. Who are these people?
There was a shooting in Michigan this past week. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
At least it's been since we did the last podcast. A kid took a gun to school, another school shooting, and then in LA, home invasion. This guy called pretty much called the Black Godfather. And if you watch, he has a documentary on Netflix. I'd really suggest anybody should watch. Everybody should watch it. He like really ties in like everybody in like in the industry, and like even people who are rappers nowadays still know Clarence Avant because, and they'd be like, "Yo, did y'all ever have to pay him?" They would be like, "Nah, nobody ever paid him." So they was like, "Yo, how did he ever make? How did he ever make money?" His story is so interesting that everybody should watch it. But anyway, it was a home invasion. Somebody broke into their house. His wife was there. But yeah,
Damn.
it's very unfortunate because you really see him and his wife, really good people, like really good people. As much as people speak about them, like you just like, bro, those are two good people. Like you can't fake that. At a certain point, no, people aren't just going to talk. Camilla Harris is on it. Bill Clinton. There's so many people that is so connected on from this one man
So I
that
assume this
everybody should watch.
person, the Godfather, is African American.
Yeah, he's black.
Okay. And the school shooting, this was a child.
Yeah, that was in Michigan. That's completely
Was this
separate.
a children's school or a
Yeah,
high school?
I believe this was Michigan.
it was a
If
high
I'm
school. I'm pretty
It
sure
was
it's
a high
called
school.
high,
Oxford High School or something like that.
high school,
I'm asking. I have no
what
idea.
is high school? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a high school. The
So
kid
this
was, I
child,
believe, 14 years old.
so ninth grader in high school had
15, I'm
access
sorry.
to a 15 had access to a gun or a rifle. What did he go there with?
And go.
It was a handgun. Ooh, so 9 people got.
Um, his parents actually bought him the gun like probably like a couple days
Oh, they
before.
bought him the gun.
Yeah, if I'm correct.
So I don't think, Darren. I don't know if we know that. I don't know if
Wait,
we
we
know that they bought
okay?
it. Hold on,
Allegedly,
hold on.
allegedly.
I don't. I think we know that his dad bought it the
His
Friday
dad bought the
before.
gun on Friday, and then he
Yeah,
shot
and
somebody.
well, so here's the reason I think Darren's saying that. The kid was posting like I think on his social media or somewhere he posted the gun saying this is my new beauty.
Yeah,
The
So
kid
I'm
was
not sure,
posting
but
it.
so I'm not real. I
yeah.
don't think we're sure that if it was his gun or if it was his parents' gun that he stole. As far as we know right now, we think it's his parents' gun that he stole. If
Is the
it,
kid still alive?
I don't think what you're saying is fact.
Is
I
the
think
kid
they still gotta
still
find
alive?
that shit
Here's
out.
the case of it. Here's today it just came out that they just got pressed with charges. The parents just got pressed with charges for manslaughter.
Yeah,
So
but do you know
they
why?
supplied, no matter what, they supplied the weapon for the child.
I agree with you.
So
That's fact.
that's
Well,
that's where
you
I'm getting. So I
no,
know it's
that's not a fair. The way you're phrasing it's not
now,
fair.
I agree. Allegedly, once
No,
again, it is alleged. It
no,
is alleged.
Buying
Even if
no,
you
the
say
gun
it's
for the
my
kid
opinion,
no.
it's
and
alleged.
buying the gun for yourself and your kid
That's how.
stealing it are two different things, Darren.
That's
Those are two
that's that
completely different things.
Okay,
that's not the way
let
you're
the
phrasing
story
it,
come
though.
out. Let the story
If
come
one
out.
of
But
my
those are
kids,
the two things. Those are the two things that are
if
possible.
one of my kids
Those are the
somehow,
only two possible scenarios in this case, right? Am I right?
It could be multiple scenarios. I don't know what the fuck happened in their
We
house.
still gotta find out. Allegedly, according to the people of like the community, these people are still on the run. According to their
The parents are on the
lawyer,
run?
that's what the
we
people
sure?
of the community are
These
saying.
white parents are on the run?
Yes.
Look that up. Are we sure?
Wow.
No, hold on. So the
Is
community
that
is
an
saying
election?
that the people are on the run. Their lawyer is saying that they're going to turn themselves in.
They're going to, but they haven't yet.
Correct. That's
So
what's
they're
being
going.
announced
So they
right
are
now.
on the run until they turn themselves in. Okay, phrasing's not optimal, but I hear what they're saying.
Apparently,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. But anyway, the
But-
people who got shot. That's
10
Yeah, but
people?
yeah, that's really sad.
5 people who got who. I
What
don't
what
know.
part of Michigan is this in? Can you let me see the
You want to like the
Oxford?
map?
No, it's just Oxford. I don't even know what Oxford is. I did a little time in Michigan.
Oakland
I just
City,
don't know.
I think it said.
Oxford's north of Detroit. Go up a little bit more. Scroll up. Or scroll in. I'm sorry. Scroll into
I fucked
you went
up.
too
Hold on.
far. You went too far. Refresh it.
Let me get me on screen. So,
Damn it, Rob. Damn it, Rob. I just zoom. Enhance. Enhance. Yeah, I just want to see what's around it. So they got Tractor Supply Co. They
Okay.
got hold on,
Okay,
go,
bro.
go closer, go out a little bit. They got a China House. They got a Tim Hortons. They got a golf club. This sounds like a good place. Like I don't know why this man want to go kill people. Go around a little bit. They got a brewing company. They got Little Caesars. Nah, don't bring the children into it.
I didn't even want to start on a depressing note. It was just the fact that this
Well,
guy thrived. Yeah. See,
was he being bullied by these people? Because you always have to understand, like
we don't know.
after so much, kids are like, you know what?
We don't know. You know what's jacked up? I guess.
I listen to
Nah,
a
I'm
lot of
gonna leave.
21 Savage.
I'm gonna leave it alone. We go to the next topic. 'Cause I didn't want to say too much.
Pussy. Pussy. Pussy.
Alright, well, that speaking about that,
Yo, I can't imagine being a kid right now with this kind of music and influence and pop culture and niggas trying to bully me.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, like this shit's not good. Like the mental for these kids is not right, man. Like,
It really isn't. Also, I think Juice WRLD birthday just passed.
nah, I don't watch these videos. That shit's not for me because I'm very impressionable.
Nah, bro. They're debating for opening the door. Nah.
they're doing what?
Yeah. I didn't.
That's stupid. But
So, Darren, I'm gonna show you a quick video about ghost guns because me and LA already watched a video about it. So I'm gonna show you a quick version, just so you can get like a.
I already know what ghost guns are, pretty much.
well, for the people who don't know,
All right, go ahead. I thought we already covered this before.
so a ghost. Did we? I know we talked about
On this
banning of
podcast?
ghost guns. We talked about the banning of ghost guns and like stricter gun laws, but we haven't talked
But
about.
did we talk about specifically people being able to build guns in
No.
their basements?
No, we didn't talk about that.
Because
specifically.
Darren, the crazy part is the way
Listen to this shit.
LA was talking about me. So I'm gonna tell you how this topic even first of all came out.
Don't bring me this shit.
Huh?
tell them how you feel. Don't bring me this shit.
No, but I'm just gonna tell him how it came up. So
Yeah.
LA was saying that he likes he wanted a 3D printer or whatever, and we were talking about stuff you can buy with what you can make with a 3D printer. And I said I see 3D printers kind of like Green Lantern rings. You can make whatever you can think about. That's what it said. And he was like, yeah, you could probably make guns with it too. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yes, you can.
When we
I
looked
knew
into
that.
it,
Oh, I knew this in college. Yeah.
when we looked into it, it was just like you just make the individual parts and then you put it together, see if it works.
That's
So
wild to me. I can just wait 18 hours and print a gun, and a very accurate gun.
a very accurate gun that works,
That's cool.
and not only an accurate gun, you can make a better gun. These guns were
And
shooting faster. They were
faster.
holding more rounds. They're fully customizable from scratch. That's what's blowing my mind.
just take off the top. No
for people who don't know anything about this, I'm gonna play this video real quick, and we'll go from there.
I want that nigga dead. Shing, 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 shing.
County Sheriff's Office is continuing to look for a third suspect in the shooting death of 14-year-old Kyra Snow. Investigators arrested her 13-year-old brother and a 19-year-old. Both are charged with her murder. The sheriff says the 13-year-old was allegedly selling ghost guns, and then the 19-year-old and another suspect came to the home and stole one, causing the brother to open fire and accidentally shooting his 14-year-old sister, killing her. 11 Alive's Don White is in the studio with us tonight, explaining why they're called ghost guns and why anyone can legally buy parts to make them. Don.
You know, watching your child print shit for 19 hours? Made from parts bought online. The Atlanta criminal defense lawyer that we spoke to for the story, he says you don't have to be of a certain age to buy the parts online.
Federal law right now does not control or cover ghost guns. And so no matter who you are, if you're a child, if you're a convicted felon, if you're a terrorist, you can go online and purchase these parts, get the parts, construct a firearm, even though it would have been illegal for you to possess that firearm if you went to the store and tried to purchase it.
11 Alive legal analyst Paige Pate says it's a federal crime to scratch off a serial number from a firearm. But there's a loophole with ghost guns, since they're made without a serial number and are sold as just parts.
Under federal law, the part for a firearm is not a firearm. And federal law only...
All right, so I got to pause this video real quick, because this is kind of different from what me and LA were talking about. So it sounds like they're buying individual parts.
Yeah, there's
get
both.
It shipped to their house.
You can do both. You can do both. You can do 100% both, because the part is not. It's not in the.
It's not assembled, so it's just parts. You can buy parts.
It doesn't have a motherfucking.
I can buy replacement parts for my gun.
Yeah, and
that makes it a little bit.
It'll have a different serial number from a different part of the gun that you originally own. So it's always going to be something with it. That's the thing.
My biggest thing was about this is like, what's if really gangs got a hold of this and start manufacturing this at like a higher level? Gangs already
have a lot of guns.
But be able to make that many guns and be able to sell them on like a high level would be it's just like. I think that would make.
Think about the amount of murders that are in Jacksonville, Florida right now, and you add nothing but ghost guns to that shit.
Untraceable.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like bodies are just gonna drop, and no one's gonna have the slightest clue.
What's going on in Memphis after Young Dolphs?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the world will go bananas once real niggas figure this shit out.
I honestly think we already live in a Wild Wild West. I think the whole world is the whole Wild Wild West.
We gonna see, because this ghost gun shit is wild to me. Like, how you 13 years old and accidentally shot your sister when somebody else came to rob you? This nigga, I came to rob you and you shoot her? Like, what? You over here selling guns and you don't know how to use a gun?
13, LA. You don't know if he's LA, calm down. He's a kid.
Then don't do this shit.
Nah, Darren, hold on, Darren. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you to pause right here.
We have gun laws for a reason, and 13-year-olds are not supposed to have guns. Period. So yeah, you can say don't do that shit, but a lot of people at the age of 13 are supposed to be doing.
My children at 13 were great shots, great at handling guns.
But you probably took them to look. You would probably take a kid to the gun range. This kid probably don't go to the gun range, and on top of it, you probably panicking when somebody's shooting back at you. I'm just giving him the small benefit of the doubt, but once again, he shouldn't be doing this shit.
Darren, if he's smart enough to be able to make these in his basement,
thank you. You should be smart enough to aim a fucking gun.
You feel me?
That's all I'm saying.
He's obviously not smart, y'all.
Bro, you have to use AutoCAD.
Darren, no. Obviously, this nigga's a genius.
Obviously,
he's building guns in his basement. He had a plan. He was selling them. He was making money off of them. What are you talking about?
You know, at 13, you can't have a bank account. That nigga figured out how to get
you know what I'm saying?
PayPal. He got this shit funneled around.
100% see what y'all saying. That's a hustler's mindset more than a person that's
And
made for the street
you know
life.
what the number one rule of hustling is?
So listen to what I just said. Is that more about hustling or somebody that's made for the street life?
You know what the number one rule of hustling is?
If you're
I
doing
can't
it
hear it.
illegally, yes, 100%. But
It's not
kids
illegal.
not supposed to
It's
be
not
in
illegal.
that
Darren,
shit.
it's not illegal.
The number one rule
What he
of
just did
hustling
wasn't illegal.
is to make sure
A
your shit is your shit.
handling a gun and selling it, distributing it has to be illegal. I don't care what you say, even if he's selling the parts.
Art. It's art.
I'm not doing.
It's art. You 3D print something. It's a work of art.
I get what y'all saying.
Like Darren, this is like a future engineer type shit.
Bro's going to Berkeley, bro.
Essentially,
not anymore. But
that nigga going to jail.
Oh yeah. I mean, if he didn't kill his sister because he's being a fucking retard, but yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to say that word. I'm sorry, but
yeah, we're not.
Like
but,
we might have to switch. I'm getting hot.
The boy was scared as fuck.
The smartest slow person I know. The fastest slow person I know. Because I still don't know how to 3D print a gun, and I'm an adult.
Don't spend time looking into that. Kids got time to find this shit.
You think his parents bought it for him?
Oh,
how his parents are getting murder charges?
Bro, a kid could probably figure out how to get his own money, or his parents gave him the money to buy a 3D printer, or his parents already have a 3D printer and he just figured it out.
No one's supervising him. So how come his parents don't get manslaughter charges?
Aren't that expensive?
Their parents can't be over their kids 24/7.
So how come the other parents get the manslaughter charges? They can't be over their son all.
This kid should their parents should 100% get child neglect charge. Definitely 100%.
Oh, they should.
I don't control this, man. I'm not there.
Man, this is a pinky in the brain situation.
I can't tell the state what to do.
You can't be pinky and the brain at the same time. That's wild.
If you bought a firearm, it's your responsibility.
Yeah, it's my responsibility. If he took my strap and went out there and killed everybody on the streets, I'm going to jail because I didn't do shit to stop him.
He's right. You gotta put that shit
I'm
up.
going
There's
to
specific
jail.
things you're supposed to do. Put it like in a lock safe. Put it in a box so they can't get to it.
But y'all gotta understand, technology and the computer. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. We live in the wild, wild west. Everything is different. There is nothing. I really got this mindset lately, more and more throughout the week, that the more and more I look at the world, everything's completely changed. Art is digital. Currency is no longer just subjected to a country. It's digital. It's all throughout the whole place. Bubby's going crazy, licking himself right now.
Bro, don't even get me started on crypto. That fly at night scheme. Anyway, we can go.
Wait, slow down. What'd you say?
I don't understand it. I can't understand crypto.
You can print a gun at home. You can print a gun at home. You don't have to go to a fucking armor.
Millionaire.
Bitcoin.
Like, come on, bro.
I'm saying, we live in the wild, wild west. The world is
Don't
the
make
wild, wild west. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't
that crazy? But the thing is, what was confusing me is you don't only got to print the gun. You still got to be able to know how to put it together and know how the gun works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look that shit up.
No, don't get me wrong. He probably watched a YouTube video and saw how to put it together, and that's how you learn. And you got to make sure it tests and works. Here's another video. Here's another little small follow-up video. I'm gonna skip through this one a little bit.
That's how I do half my job. Dirty.
On November the 27th, we received a 911 call. We responded to the call.
Nope.
The call
Gross.
3206 Vicky Lane. But before we got to Vicky Lane, we was routed to the marathon at Stewart Mill in Central Church. Once we arrived, 3 people in the car. We observed that a young female within the vehicle appeared to have been shot.
Appeared?
All the witnesses in the car, they told us the shooting took place at 3206 Vicky Lane. We responded to Vicky Lane, and that's where the investigation really started. Once we got to Vicky Lane, we determined.
I like his hat though.
And the young kid admitted to, which was a 13-year-old brother, admitted to shooting his sister. But all this come about.
He pronounced all his letters right.
What was going on inside the home.
Yeah.
Now this kid is 13 years old, but he making weapons. Come on, semi-machine guns.
Semi-machine for niggas to go kill people. He a children. He a children.
On the streets of Davis County, Carroll County, Atlanta, everywhere. He's selling the guns on the street.
He's selling all them guns on the streets.
What really took place was he made a weapon. Folks that he made it for come to pick that weapon up.
Mm-hmm.
And a robbery took place, so they was trying to rob him and take the gun instead of purchasing the gun, and that's exactly what happened. They was able to get the gun and leave the scene without paying the gentleman for the weapon. So in the meantime, that's where the shots were fired. And to me, according to the investigation, he was shooting at the folks that took his weapon. But instead, he shot his sister. And it's so sad for sisters that to happen, because a mother losing 2 kids at one time, and that kind of stuff goes on right under your nose, and you never know about it. A 13-year-old kid got on weight about 80 pounds. We was able to make a weapon from start to finish at 13 years old.
This why I tell y'all to have your straps on y'all at all fucking times. I'm not saying it's going to prevent this situation, but what I'm saying is anybody, regardless of the law, regardless of age, size, race, sex, can have a strap and can do dumb fucking things.
Yeah.
It's going to be you or me, baby, and it's not going to be me.
I get what you're saying, but that has nothing to do with the situation.
Okay, Darren.
I'm just saying, man.
Okay, Darren.
Honestly, same thing with the school situation. When it comes to this kids shooting, kids having guns, it's such an unexpected thing that even an adult, even if you're there, you probably don't know what to do in that.
You don't know what to do in the moment when your life is dead.
You probably don't know what to do because you're not expecting the kid shooting at a school, and you shouldn't have a gun at the school. That's the next thing you should probably be thinking about while somebody's shooting at a school.
Teachers are allowed to have guns in school.
The fuck they are.
No,
Google
since
it.
when?
Every school.
Since when?
Every school.
Google it.
Google it.
No, I know they were talking about it back when I was in high school. There's no way in hell they allowed that shit. Nobody knows about
They
it.
train teachers to use guns, and
What-
teachers are allowed to be armed.
What state?
Google it.
This is not.
Just Google it.
This is not.
It's not that hard to argue. Just Google it.
That's what I'm saying.
Just Google it. It's not that hard.
There's no way this is in every state. There is no way.
Here's a list of states that allow armed teachers. Go ahead and click it.
Where do you see that at? Hold on.
Go back, and go click the first link on the page.
That's not that many states, honestly. Alabama, Alaska, Idaho, Illinois,
Teachers
Michigan,
are allowed to be armed. Is that not what I said?
Missouri, New Hampshire, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Utah, and Wyoming. I knew that shit didn't get passed in
lot of
Ohio.
states.
But what it says, Ohio
That's probably the 50 states.
Ohio teachers need police training to carry guns in school.
There you go. Teachers are
So
allowed
if
to-
they would have to get
because this
police
shit
training.
is a problem.
When was this
like
made?
I said, this is
Oh,
why
this is this year.
everybody needs to have their shit.
No, I don't think teachers should have guns though.
So teachers just get shot up.
No. Here's what I'm saying. I think if it's really that bad of a situation, you need to have more. What do you call them? Officers on the campus. You know that one
you're
officer
paying-
that
you're
always
paying more
walked
officers?
around.
Are you paying higher taxes from officers? Are you going to be harassed on campus more? when you
Honestly,
reach in your
LA.
pocket?
Honestly, if it's that, if school shootings is that bad of a problem, yes, I will pay for more. I will pay more taxes for that.
Will you?
If it's a problem, this shit's getting closer
Hey,
and closer. I'm telling you.
tell me.
I'm telling you.
tell me,
There was a
man.
kid like 2-3 years ago that brought a gun in the South. It like just happened 2 years ago. Thank God nothing happened. But he was able to bring a gun in the South. And some kids told on him and they got him before anything possibly could happen. But my point is, this shit got closer and closer and closer. I thought that shit would never come to Westerville. It's because hold on. Let me finish. The reason I never thought it was gonna come to Westerville is because shit. If you don't see shit happen to you, you think that shit will never happen.
That's crazy.
So so if you asking me, am I willing to pay more taxes to get more police officers in schools to try to prevent this from happening in the future? Yes, I would. I'm willing to do that.
Okay.
Instead of just purchasing your own firearm and making sure
I'm not in high school anymore. I'm not in high school anymore. If I have a kid going to high school, how am I going to protect them by buying a gun? I can't protect them.
That's why teachers have guns.
No, that's why police officers have guns.
Teachers are already being paid. I don't need to pay any more. Train the teachers.
So no, time out. So now we need to train teachers to be able to kill people.
Not to kill.
No,
my child.
So we're training teachers
to protect.
We're training teachers to protect our children.
We have police for that already.
Regardless with guns.
How many police officers do we have in the school?
Let me get. But we're doing that for fun. We're training them. That's costing money too.
We're not paying extra money.
Yes, it would.
How are they going to get trained?
How do we get trained?
They got
police officers don't do it for free.
Get out of here.
They can figure it out.
We still pay that stuff.
They're already getting paid. It's a Saturday class, and it's coming out normal.
Ellie, I have another question for you. A follow-up question.
What's up?
So if you're the teacher that now that you want them to have guns and protect your kid in case there's a school shooting, should the teachers get paid more for that? Should there be a designated teacher in the school to have a gun? Should it be one teacher? Should it only be like the principal and the vice principal and
principal's not fast enough? Unless it's Mr. Spinner, he's the only fast principal I know. That nigga was Buzz Lightyear.
But you see what I'm saying, right? I don't understand what making teachers have guns would do when we all have police officers.
Well, we all do have police officers, but how often is a police officer in your class or in the area when these school shootings happen?
There's usually about one, at least at our school, we had one dedicated police officer for the school. So if some shit went down
for the whole school. How big is that school? How many classrooms are in that school?
I don't know exactly, but we had a pretty big school.
Just saying.
But the proof
power numbers.
The answer
it's as simple as yo. All right, go to the office. Where's this person shooting at? All right, let me know. I'm on my walkie-talkie. I'm getting back.
Hey, people already dead. You know how quick it is for me to do this?
Right.
And I brought another clip. Like, what?
I'm gonna be real with you. You training every teacher, I don't think stops 8 people getting shot. To be real with you. And maybe
if you hear wow, that teacher's getting up and bow, he's done. One person went down.
We've been to the gun range together. When do you ever go bow and stay like that? You go bow, 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 bow. You don't just sit there and stay stationary and then wait for the teacher. If you know the teacher got a gun too, you don't stay there and wait for the teacher to reach for
Y'all didn't even know teachers were allowed to have guns. How did the kids know?
Not in all states.
I'm just saying.
How did the kids? I'm just putting them niggas is all too busy stealing soap dispensers. No shit.
I am simplest. I'm just saying. I'm saying this. I don't think that's 100% stops 8 people getting shot. Maybe the 9th, but I don't know about 8. I'm just saying.
All I know is that teacher's gonna get a killing spree, or the teacher.
Which
let alone that's the other problem.
The kids is not getting no more killing sprees.
Nah, bro. Let's go.
I'm fed up with these kids killing each other. They gotta figure this shit out.
I feel it.
I'm telling you, man.
Y'all want to move on then?
Give Todd Spinner a Draco. Let him handle this shit. Is he still principal?
No, he had a different school, man.
But is he?
He's really not? That's sad as shit, bro.
He's a principal at a different school, y'all.
As long as he's still a principal, that's
fine. Y'all just have me.
Don't put the man business up there.
Don't do this.
No, it's not on what you call it.
Well,
it's not. I'm not showing it. I just want to see the new principal list.
I don't. Can we check this out later? I want to switch to the next topic. I'm talking about giving
Eric Nickel.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't like
Thomas who? Lanier? I don't know him. He's not no Mr. Todd. I don't love this man. That's not my principal.
Who we trying to look up?
Nobody switch topics.
Darren's upset.
Bro, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find who the football coach is.
We are in the middle of the podcast, and this man is trying
to look up. I'm not upset about it.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic. So this next video,
What am I watching?
It's titled "Is It Time to Get Over Slavery?" A conversation between black liberals versus black conservatives.
Before I get started, I promise you, I'm gonna get Rob's yearbook pictures. I'm putting them all right there, right before we start this next topic.
Do it.
I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, yours too.
Go for it. I'll be there. Thugged out. My waves was killing it. I had good waves, nigga. Go ahead. That was cute. Matter of fact, pull up my yearbook.
Start the video. Don't let this dude.
Matter of fact, I was waves killing it. I still got a MySpace of high school pictures. We gonna pull that shit up.
Wait, you got MySpace in high school?
I'm pretty sure.
Damn, that's how I know you guys are really older than me.
I'm old, man. I was old.
Because I was dead ass in middle school.
MySpace still up there.
That's how I know it. That's how I know you're older than me. That's funny.
Top 8 friendly.
So, quick question: was Soulja Boy out when y'all went to high school? Y'all went to high school, right?
I think I was in like elementary, going to middle school. Soulja Boy came out.
Are you wilding? I was in middle school when Soulja Boy came out.
It was either high school or middle school, right?
I remember Soulja Boy when I remember Soulja Boy in Michigan.
We was dancing to it in high school freshman year, so it might have came out.
Because it came out before Pretty Ricky. And Pretty Ricky came out when I was in 7th grade. Yeah. Pretty Ricky.
We grew up on some great music.
Damn, I'm about to download that music right now.
Oh, wait. Is Pretty Ricky the one with the it was a group, right?
Yeah.
They made all the jams.
They Pretty who? You about to pull up some things you don't want to pull up, man. There you go. It's 5 in the morning.
Oh, no, this isn't them. Who am I thinking about?
I don't know, but these are the niggas.
Make It Rain. You know that song?
Oh, you know
that thing up. You think about
Travis Porter. That's what I'm thinking about.
Travis Porter.
I thought you were talking about.
That's my shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking about D4L. That was my shit. I love them niggas.
Yeah.
Where they at now? They said Dro driving Ubers now. Can you or Jock? They said Young Jock driving Ubers now. That's so sad. That's what they said on the Ricky Smiley show. That's what they said on the Ricky Smiley show. Oh, Darren's about to cut his legs off. Yeah, they said Young Jock was driving Ubers. I was sad. Like I pulled over. I was like, yo, this nigga.
Bro, yo, stop.
You can Google it.
I'm about to go down to Atlanta and be like,
If you,
We talking this much.
All right, play the video. Who these not black people, black people?
Middle ground. What am I watching? Black conservatives say what now?
What's the biggest misconception black liberals have about you?
That we are self-hating, we hate our mom, we hate our dad, we don't know history.
We're out of touch, is that we don't have any real world experiences.
We don't really know what we're doing.
What is a misconception black conservative people have about you?
Probably that I have no moral character.
I believe in chaos and anarchy.
And you don't?
No, I believe in the rule of law. I literally cannot comprehend the notion of anyone being American and black and having conservative views.
When you're online behind the screen, behind the black mirror, you can say pretty much whatever you want, do whatever you want, but when you're right here, you gotta be a little bit more human.
I want to get to this conversation.
I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, born into and raised in a conservative household, and I'm still a conservative.
My name is Xavier. I'm born and raised Los Angeles. I'm liberal.
Hi, I'm Elisa. I'm definitely as far left as one can walk.
I'm Anthony Logan. I'm from Virginia originally. Grew up in a socially conservative household, but very politically liberal. I'm conservative now, and I'm looking forward to hearing all you guys' point of view.
My name is Lady Kate Barelle. I am a conservative Republican.
All right, can I get my black liberals on the left and my black conservatives on the right?
Say that again.
Liberals on the left, conservatives to the right.
Okay.
If you agree with the prompt, you'll walk forward. If not, you'll stay back. People need to get over slavery.
I'm walking forward.
What do you mean get over slavery?
It depends on what you. I guess it depends on how you look at it, but
Get over meaning forget about?
no,
Because that's what get over means to me.
no.
Like if I punch you and I tell you get over it, that means forget about it. So what does get over mean?
Get over means, to me, it means you gotta heal from the trauma of it.
Okay, you can say people need to heal from it. That's different than get over.
To me, that is getting over it. Heal from the trauma. You got to heal from the trauma. You're gonna if you don't heal from something, any trauma, you're gonna stay in that moment. So if you're gonna stay in the moment that you didn't live in, you're going to continue to be a slave. So I'm not, maybe not necessarily get over is the right word for me, but I kind of agree. Rob, what you think?
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Rob, what you think?
Is it time for the answer to the question? I would say I think that's a really hard question. I haven't watched this video yet, so I really don't have an answer to that question. So I think I kind of want to think about that shit. I'm gonna think about it and wait for them to say what they gotta say.
All right, keep going. That's a long video.
We're not gonna watch the whole thing. Maybe like one or two questions.
Okay, well, can you pause it one more time?
All right, so I guess I started off. I mean,
so when people say get over slavery, I don't know. That means just put it behind us. It happened to people before us, so we got to move on. We got to be strong. We got to, like you said, heal from it. That's all great. That's all nice to hear. That's all nice to be said. But we have to understand slavery happened for hundreds of years. There were hundreds of years of oppression. It still happens to this. Some of those systems that oppress people are still in place today.
100%.
People subconsciously still are raised with those systems being made. So,
what'd you say? Subconsciously?
Subconsciously, those things are still happening.
How do you get over
But we're supposed to just get over it, though.
How do you get over it? I'm asking. How do you get over subconscious stuff? How do you get over subconscious trauma?
So what I'm saying though,
that's therapy to me. It sounds like therapy.
I think the root of it would have to start with the hate and the inequalities, and then over time, as the memory of slavery fades, slavery will finally be gotten over. But I don't think there's any way to get over slavery.
All right, I think I know my answer.
I see what you're saying, and I may be leaning your way, but I'm not absolutely sure. Go ahead, Rob.
So I just thought about it. I'm glad we talked about that for a while. So the answer to the question, I'm gonna say no. Just from the standpoint of, I feel like white folk have been trying to erase Black history by not teaching us Black history in our educational systems and stuff like that. So I think,
come on now.
But that's
totally
what slavery is.
You're talking no, y'all. Y'all talking about two different things. That's two different things. If talking about being taught something in school and getting over it is two different things.
No. That's not my point. You didn't let me finish. Hold on. That's not my point.
Go ahead.
My point was not that we're not getting taught something. My point is that they're trying to move themselves away from slavery. I think we need to know the history of slavery. I think we always need to learn about it, study it, know what was going on. Education. So I see what people are trying to say. Like, if you keep holding on to it, it's going to hold you back. It's going to keep you in that same mindset. I see what you're saying, but I think you can still educate yourself and still be able to move forward with our country.
That's the same time. That's to me. That's okay. Then I agree with Rob. If that's no, then I agree with Rob. To me, because that's just education. That's just being talking about being educated about it.
Because I'm on with y'all, because I'm kind of confused on this get over slavery. What does get over mean?
Yeah,
does that mean stop talking about it in public? Does that what does that mean? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I want to hear them.
When I hear get over slavery, I mean stop using it as something that's still holding you back. Now, what you said, there are still systems that are rooted from slavery that are in the system, but to get over that, you have to change it, and you actually have the opportunity to change it, and we got to stop acting like we don't have the opportunity to change it.
On paper, people of color make systematically over all of time less than people that are white. True or false?
In America? Or just in
What-
general?
In history, people of color make less doing the same job than people, let's say
American
white people.
history?
In history.
I can't
I
just
don't,
say
I don't know if we can
Can't
say
do
that.
Rob.
Okay,
I don't-
let's
that's
say
too-
American history. American history. American history. Why
Then
not?
yes, I think your answer to the question is yes.
Yeah, if you add slavery into it, 100%.
Okay, I'm just asking a base question.
Okay, 100%
Yes.
with slavery.
Okay.
Yes.
Does that have anything to do with slavery? Or the mindset brought upon by slavery?
I just said it had everything to do with slavery. Is that if you take slavery out of that equation, then we talking about something else.
Okay, so now it's 2021 and that shit's still happening, but we have the power to get over it, right?
I don't know if
You
that's still
don't
happening.
know that's still happening.
Where is a white person making more than a black person? Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, that's against the law.
Is it? Have you ever actually?
The same job.
And people don't break the law? And people don't break the law all the time, dude? Come on, bro.
We're not gonna act like people don't break the law, but we're gonna
Have
also.
you ever asked your white coworker how much they make?
Do you have the opportunity in the sense of getting over slavery? Did you have to stay on the plantation, or could you get a totally different job and go find somewhere else where you get paid equal? Or can you go to HR and say something? Or can you actually press charges against them if you have proof?
You can try it.
So, with the sense of where we was with slavery, and with the sense of where we was with slavery, LA, in the sense of where we was with slavery, with the three options I just named, you could possibly go to HR. The HR ain't gonna help you. Possibly sue. You got your own evidence, or you could just leave the job and go find somewhere else. Are those not more opportunities?
Those are completely valid options. You're not wrong. However, like I said, with those subconscious and things that are put on people that influence the way they think, most from what I've seen and experienced. Now, I'm African. Like, I'm not black. I don't personally see slavery the way most black people do. To me, that shit is disgusting, abhorrent. Anyone who adheres by it in any way, shape, or form is disgusting, is dead to me. That shit is taking the body, mind, and soul of a human being against their will. And then for generations after that, it's doing the same thing.
Sickest thing this country ever did.
Now, if this person is sitting down doing whatever job and their counterparts doing whatever job, and they even think, hey, this white person is making more than me, I'm upset about it, you know? But what are they going to do about it? Are they going to go, like you said, to HR and talk about it? Because they're subconsciously taught what? They're subconsciously shown what? Throughout history, black men have been torn down from pedestals, killed, shot, raped in front of their children and wives.
But
that shit does damage, and it's hard to get over. I'm sorry. Regardless of the checks and balances that are put in place by white men to help lift the black men up, that shit was given. I'm just letting you know. That shit works.
I get what you're saying. That's psychological. That's in the brain.
Can't get over that.
You can't get Yes, you can. You go to therapy.
If someone was raped at 7 years old, they're not going to get over that shit. That shit's going to follow you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
That's
like what?
In the sense that you can go to therapy and then you don't get over it because
Get over it.
but you do cope with it.
You never cope with that
You know
shit.
that, bro. You telling me if I got my ass whooped as a child, Michael Jackson, anybody,
Ass whooped, raped, and slavery? Come on now, bro.
No,
Those are
come
different things. Those are different things.
I'm just drawing a comparison. I'm just trying to draw any comparison.
Make a bigger comparison.
Anything happened to me when I'm a kid. Fired. I don't know. I get burned like dramatically when I was a kid.
I don't think I get over that. Yes,
That's
I would
possible.
heal.
LA, that's possible that you don't get over that. But what I think what Darren's trying to say is
what
you
he's
still
saying.
gotta cope with it. You can
You
still
do
go to
have
therapy.
to.
You can still
It's
talk
your
to people.
It's your responsibility to deal with it. Eventually, you got to stop saying
Because, for example,
these people are holding you down when you have an opportunity to do something else.
For example,
that's all I'm trying to say. And shit is against the law that was with slavery. If you can press charges to do it, stop. We got to stop acting like we don't have more options these days. We do. We do.
And also, the follow up on Darren's thing again about the trauma and dealing with it. Fuck! I forgot what I was going to say. I got hype. I was getting kind of hype.
Therapy.
Yeah. Just I don't know. We were talking about dealing with it in therapy. So yeah, you could deal with That's just different ways that you can deal with it.
100%. But I don't know.
Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, let's keep on with this. I completely forgot we was watching.
Yeah, but that's the point. We can talk about the questions and conversations. Well, we go.
We all know that slavery was a terrible thing.
Yes.
It was an atrocity.
Right.
It was a human tragedy. But we can't just be talking about slavery every day. It ended in 1865. This is 2020. We got to press forward. Our ancestors, they went through a lot.
It didn't really end in 1865. Let's be honest. It took some years for it to.
They died for us to be able to be here right now.
Yes.
And the best country on planet Earth.
Yes.
Take advantage of what we have right now, rather than looking in the past and saying, "Oh, well, woe was me because of slavery."
Right.
You know, there have been other groups of people in slavery all throughout the world. They can't just stay in that state. So people, a lot of times, they stay right in that place, and others are being able to pass them because mentally they've moved on, while others have not.
They constantly use slavery to put them in a victim mentality. We can't accomplish this because you enslaved my ancestors. Slaves were taught English. Slaves were taught how to become managers.
Wait, let's slow down. Yo, hold on. I was with her and she started tripping. I don't know what she's talking about no more. And she says slaves were taught to be managers, bro. I might have to. We might have to leave.
She was the one wearing Trump shit, so I knew that something was gonna be a little bit off. Go ahead.
Managers and secretaries and cooks and chauffeurs and how to build water tanks and all sorts of things. We're
Nigga,
here
what?
now.
Nigga, what? Bro, so that's bullshit. What she just did, that's bullshit.
Yeah, just keep let this ride because she's tripping. She's a little tripping. She's
Okay. All right. I really think, honestly, colonialism didn't teach us anything because we came from a society that was living and running.
Talk your shit.
So I don't think we need to get over slavery. I think we need to talk about the repercussions of it, like generational trauma, like the system that exists because of it. I don't think we should use it as a crutch to, as for ambivalence, to hold yourself back, you know what I mean? I think it is a mindset as well.
I think one of the most dangerous aspects of generational advancement is misinformation. I think a lot of young people, especially young men, especially young African American men and women, often have questions about why things are the way they are. Why do I get treated this way? Why has my mother gone through this? Or why has my grandmother gone through this? Well, it all comes down to the repercussions of slavery. And so I think that just getting over something, I think is just absolutely ridiculous. And so when I hear people say that, especially my fellow African American people and friends, I think it's ridiculous. Just getting over something as serious as that, I think just plays into the whole idea of it just didn't matter anyway.
So how long do we continue to harp on it? How long do we continue
Harp
forever?
on it?
Do we never get over?
I thought you mean educate. Educate is
Education is fine. That's to know history is one thing. To not get over a thing is something else.
You can't minimize slavery.
Who says that though?
But I listened to both of you, and I even thought maybe I'll stay out of this.
She was definitely minimizing slavery.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely was. She was giving excuses
I
for it
agree,
and everything.
but-
It was kind of disgusting.
But so far, I want to say I agree with this bald-headed brother. Where he's like, yo, education is one thing. You're talking about not being. It should always be taught. We should always learn about it. But to say we should not.
Can you pull up the Google definition of get over it?
Maybe that's the hardest part of this whole conversation.
Wait, you want me to? What do you mean?
Yeah, Google or whatever, hotbox definitions, whatever the fuck the word is.
Definition of hot.
To get over it or to get over something means to stop feeling unhappy about something.
That's the definition of it. So you should just stop feeling unhappy. With this base definition, if someone told you, and I quote, get over slavery, do you think you'd be able to do it?
Nah, okay, fuck that, no. Sorry, no, I'm back on, nope, I'm back in the light. Sorry, I'm back in, no, I'm not walking. If that's that definition, I'm 100% with you. Because that is, yeah, Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I was talking from a totally different standpoint of holding us back and shit.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do you know how if somebody does you wrong, and they might come to you and say they might apologize to you, and you have a couple different options. You could accept their apology and keep moving forward, or you can deny their apology. My question is, could you do either of those things and not quote unquote get over the situation? So for example, my point is for to make the example to this, could could white people, or let's say the American government, come out and apologize, and we either accept or not accept the apology, and is that considered getting over it? But either accepting or denying, but moving forward from it. You see what I'm trying to say?
I think I personally, being from direct African descent, would be happy for African American people as a whole if the government or the people who were at the root of the slavery incident did apologize. But let's be honest, those people have been dead. They've been rotten for hundreds of years.
That doesn't matter at all.
And that shit's never going to happen.
Shit, the apology was the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment to me.
But if the playing field was more leveled consciously based off of the wrongdoings of slavery, I would be happy.
So essentially,
I would accept that as an apology. I would accept that.
It sounds like repercussions.
Hmm?
Not repercussions. What am I thinking of?
I'm not even saying reparations.
Not in the sense of exact reparation, but in a certain sense of a little
where if you know,
baseline apology. I see what you're saying.
We had in my job we have weekly meetings with our managers where we're allowed to bring up topics and how we feel and how work's going and just have a light conversation with management, right? Now I'm also a part of another group at work that is, without giving away too much detail, for minority groups, and to make sure that we are included and we feel involved, and that people, you know, are all being fair. Everything's being fair.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many meetings I go into where a woman, let's say she is of minority. I'm not going to put out anything specific, but a woman that is of minority descent, another woman of another minority, but a bigger minority, and then a majority come into the group. And let's say, for example, the smallest minority came up to me and she's like, you know, I've been busting my ass. A lot of my group's just kind of hanging around. They're not working as hard as I am. The middle group girl comes in. She's like, you know, I was helping my coworker out on her computer. She had her paycheck open. I saw, you know, we have the same job. I've been here 8 years longer, but she makes more than me. You'd be surprised how many of these conversations I hear from the minority groups. With the majority groups, I hear a lot of the time that people are that they feel uncomfortable associating with minorities because they're afraid to show microaggressions, or they're afraid to show that that they feel that they have to prove that they're not racist. That's what they feel.
White guilt.
So that's what that sounds like.
It just sounds like white guilt.
And it's wild to me just thinking that shit exists. And like,
do you know what they need? Here's what white people need to hear. You don't gotta cater to black people. You don't gotta cater to minorities. You don't even have to feel. I never understood why you don't need to feel guilty for shit that even happened in the past.
I think they just want to feel accepted. Like I'm not trying to give anyone a scapegoat or a way out.
Just be friendly. Simple as that.
No, I disagree with Darren. Don't be friendly. Be yourself.
Yeah.
If you have questions about something, ask it. If it makes you feel uncomfortable.
They're afraid. You know, they feel guilty, like Darren was saying. Like sometimes they just want to be accepted. A lot of these people now in majorities that I've dealt with in this situation, they just want to move on.
I can honestly say we've never had so much disagreement and agreement and going back and forth with each other on the podcast
We didn't disagree. You disagreed,
I disagree
and then
with
you
y'all.
came back.
Yeah,
Then you
we're
came
talking
back.
about guns and stuff, but now, no, Rob, be friendly. That is the
No,
simple
be yourself.
baseline.
If you're
No,
not a friendly person, don't be something you're not. I disagree with
Keeping
you.
it up with me. Yeah.
If
keeping it up
you're a
with me.
naturally friendly person, be friendly. But if you're not
I'm not a
naturally
friendly
friendly,
person.
don't act fake to me just because I'm
if
a
that's the
minority.
case- if that's the case, you shouldn't even worry about being about how you about not being able to approach people because you're not a friendly person. And you know you're not a friendly person. It's not about approaching people any type of way. You probably don't even give a fuck. How can we say that person doesn't care about this topic? They don't care about like how you approach a black person. They already know they're mean. They're a mean person. They already know they are. That has nothing. They don't care. That's what I'm saying. A person who actually thinks this,
Do me a favor.
you
Grab
have
this little
got
box
to
for
be
me.
a person that goes and be friendly. That's a simple baseline of it, bro. Just be friendly. Say good morning. Say hi. That's as simple as that.
Speaking of good mornings, while I work, there's a security guard, and normally when I go to the office, me and the security, she'd be like, "What kicks you got all big?" Like she showing me her shoes and shit. Cool black lady dress, right? We cool, no problem. Today I went in there, she wasn't in there, some other person, and like I went in, I was like, "Oh, good morning." This lady looked at me and turned around. I was like, "Oh, never mind." I take my good morning back. This lady looked at me, and she said, "Oh, you were talking to me?" I said, "No, I was talking to the other person in the foyer." Mind you, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm the first person in the office. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you're talking to me." I was like,
No,
and I
that's rude
told her, and
though.
I quote, I was like, "Are you being serious right now, or like, there's no one else here?" Like, if I was like, at first I was joking, but now let's like, there's no one else here. Do I have an issue? I've never seen you here before. My name is LA. Nice to meet you. Good morning. Are you the security guard for our whole department? Like, if shit goes down, you're protecting my life. I don't have no faith in you right now. So I need to go grab my strap out my car because you look fake.
Because she didn't say hi to you, you don't got faith in her?
No, because when somebody come in there and be like, "Open the gosh darn door," she's gonna be like, "Walk in, sir." You know, the lady who I walk in there, I show her my kicks every day. She's gonna be like, "You're gonna have to come past me. My homie in there with them Jordans on, and he's not getting got." That's how I related. I don't know. You're the first person I talk to in the morning. Like, you gotta do your job. You gotta do. How many people
She's
you tell
probably
good
not used
morning
to
in the morning?
people saying hi to her in the morning.
Honestly, LA have seen me at my job. He's seen me say good morning at least.
Oh, you could at least say good
But
morning.
Darren, that's
I
literally your
blessed.
job, though. Tell me if I'm wrong.
That's her job.
That's like part of your job.
That's
part of her
It's
job.
part of the security's job to say hi to you?
Yes.
To say hi? No, bro. Fuck out of here.
Feel safe is
Fuck
her
outta
job,
here.
is it not? Is it not her job to make us feel safe?
You cannot find in her job description it says that you have. Does it say in her job description you have to greet people when they walk in? Fuck out of here.
Yes, I bet you money it
Got to
does.
make me feel safe.
You have to make me feel safe.
I don't feel safe.
I don't feel safe.
Once again, you can go to HR and say,
Yeah.
"This person does
LA,
not."
if you could find that shit in her contract, maybe I'll take that L. But I don't see that being in her contract. You gotta
Google
greet
this
people.
shit.
That sounds like
La
bullshit.
La Quinta Security contract. Google that shit. I'm 2 for 2 on Google, baby. Google that shit. Dare said, "Don't Google it." We got 5 minutes. Don't Google it. We got 5 minutes.
All right, let's start listening to one more question.
Or try to get
Until white folks acknowledge it.
Being black should not influence a political view.
Wait,
Somebody to move. Go back.
No,
Go
she's not. They got the wrong person for this. She is. I understand they wanted an older black folk, but she is not for this, right?
She said, "Being black, I'm out." What?
I am not.
Yo. What's her name? Lady Gray? Lady Sasha Fierce? What's her name? She looked like she just jumped off Trump dick. Let me stop. I'm about to get hot. I need to stop drinking before.
Yes.
This is problematic.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Well, let's answer the question first. Being black should not influence your political view.
Race, gender, creed should not influence your political view. I agree.
I disagree. I think it should.
Oh, Rob. Why?
We about to get into a whole
Hold on. Why?
Because I will vote for somebody because they're black. Just because I want to see black people succeed. Hold on. What? Because I want to see black people succeed.
That's not the question. So they're saying black people should be liberals, white people should be conservatives, is what they're saying in this question. Being black
I don't think that's what it's saying.
influence your political view.
Here we go into the
I think you can be a black. I think you can be a black
dude-
conservative, and you could be pro-black,
That's
and not
fine.
be put in a box. That should just box the media puts you in, bro.
So let's say there was a guy named Jerome Trump.
Okay.
And he was a black dude, and he vowed to do everything the exact same way as Trump. Would you vote for him just because he was black?
He'll get a better chance of my vote.
All right. Well, as long as you know who you are, that's fine.
You just say, hold on.
As long as you know who you are.
He just said if you basically are voting for a Trump 2.0 and he just so happened to be black.
He said he'll get a better chance. That's what he said. They say vote, better chance.
Yeah, there's a high
he'd weigh his
percentage.
options. He'd weigh his options.
I'm gonna put away. There's way more of a chance I'll vote for him than Trump.
Bro, was you able to vote in 2016?
I hope not.
Yeah,
he was.
I should be. That should have been my first election.
Did you vote? You voted?
He was 21.
Yeah, I did.
Alright,
honestly, I'm going to tell you honestly.
Harambe. He voted for Harambe. I know he did.
No, honestly, I wish I feel like I fucked up. I voted, and just to let people know, I voted for Hillary Clinton, and till this day, I regret that decision. Wow. I felt wrong because at the time, I really didn't like Hillary Clinton. I really wasn't for her. I was really a Bernie Sanders guy. Yeah. The only reason I voted for Hillary is because it was more. I didn't like Trump more than her.
Yeah, 2016 was the year of the better of two evils.
Well, the thing is, the reason I say that is the reason I regret that decision is because I didn't vote for somebody. In my first election, I didn't vote for somebody that I wanted to be president. I voted for somebody who I thought would be better than the other person. Yeah. And I told myself I will never vote on a president again if I personally don't like them. I will never vote. Hold on. I'll never vote on a president just because of the better of two evils or whatever that.
You have to.
I disagree. You don't have to at all. I disagree. You have every right to not choose a vote. For example,
then you can't complain vote on everything if you don't vote. Then no one can complain for 4 years if you don't vote. That's how I say. Don't complain about shit.
No, I disagree with you too. You have every right as an American citizen to complain about however much you want, however long you want. Even if you don't vote,
exercise your vote. If you don't exercise your right, you have the right to vote. That's false.
It's called freedom of speech. It's called freedom of speech. It's titled by the American law.
Being ignorant and throwing out bullshit rhetoric, then that's what gets people killed.
You know what I can honestly say though? If you're not going to live, if you're going to talk about the political views as shit is going on, but you're not going to actually go to vote and make change.
I made a vote, and I regret it.
Can I finish? Can I please finish? If you don't do that, there is a sense of, to me, that's the ultimate sense of privilege. You have the privilege to say something, but not to change it. And now you can take what you want with that, but I think that's exactly what it is. It's the ultimate saying, I have American privilege. I got the right to say it, but I'm not going to change it. To me, that's exactly what that sounds like.
But it's a choice.
You just turned to Paris Hilton. You just turned to Paris Hilton to me. That's all it is.
Paris Hilton.
Hey, she just got married. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to her. You know, honest, she's
respect.
Yeah, I was actually watching.
I'm impressed.
And like her people got bread. Like them motherfuckers got bread. If you ever trying to get up, well, it's too late now. She's married, but I was gonna say knock her up because she's definitely worth some money, and she's getting up there a little in age, so she need a baby.
So you're telling me? So I'm sorry, y'all, but you're telling me you can't be what would the word be?
Privileged?
No, not privileged. What were we just talking about? Not voting. You can't not vote and still disagree with whatever opinion is going on. For example,
100% do that.
I didn't. My point is that's why I would never do that again personally. I did not like Hillary Clinton, and the way the DNC, what the DNC did to Bernie Sanders is disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah,
they screwed him over, bro. And even after he won the Democratic votes, they said, "No, we're going to overrule and put our person in."
Yes.
Do not. That's why I don't think you should trust him. And I think you have every right to say you don't like something or the presidency, even if you don't vote on the presidency.
So let's bring it back.
For example, hold on, Darren.
I think that's bullshit.
If you vote, hold on. Let me finish.
No. Let me finish. The reason why I say that's bullshit is because you voted for Hillary, right?
Yes.
Guess who I voted for that year?
Who'd you vote
For man?
No. Independent, I forgot her name. Jill Stein or something like that?
Not important.
It wasn't, but I knew it wasn't going to do shit, but guess what it did? I knew I wasn't voting for the two evils. So what are you saying? You have an opportunity to do something else. It's out there.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. You took what I'm saying. I regret doing it. I'm not saying that I didn't. I didn't make that choice. I made that choice, and I was okay with that choice at the time. But then later on, after looking back upon it, and you could call it 2020 vision. After looking back upon it, I decided I didn't like what I did there, and I don't feel like I would do that again.
You should always vote for.
It has nothing to do with there having more options being out there. That's nothing to do with it. I'm just saying, I don't think I made the right decision for me, and at that moment, looking back upon it, and I regret that decision.
Last thing I want to say.
Which will lead me to in the future, to be me being more precise about who I choose for president. And if I don't like the candidates, I'm going to take my vote and not vote for presidency. But would I still vote for the other things and like local elections for that year? Yes, I would. But I'm just not going to vote for presidency like that again.
Now let me ask you this one question, right?
Hold on. Right? Why Darren's shaking his head? Why are you shaking his head?
Hold on. Let me ask you this one question, right? So you said about if you don't like the presidency, you're not going to vote, right? Okay, cool.
If I don't like the candidates,
that's fine. That's fine. Now we're not talking about this anymore. Now just think exactly about what I'm about to ask you, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say you're in this group setting. There's 20 people, whatever, and this person gives you a paper and it says, I need you to tell me what you would like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's majority rule. And if you don't like any of the options for breakfast, are you not? If you don't like any of the options for lunch or dinner, are you not going to pick anything? You're just going to let these people decide what you're eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? You're not going to have any say in it at all? And then if you don't, are you not going to complain about it later on? Is anyone going to care because you didn't listen? Because you didn't vote, I mean? Are you going to care because you didn't vote?
Before I answer that question, I'm gonna say this. Even if you chose something that you didn't like and you complained about it, does that make your complaints more worthy per se?
Yes.
Because you chose something you didn't
100%.
like?
100%.
So you can complain about it because you chose it?
100%. You ever get something on the
But
menu,
you know you're not going to like it.
Yo, this sounds good, and then you get it, and you're like, yo, this isn't what I was thinking.
No,
that's not what his scenario was. His scenario was there's things that there's three things.
Go ahead.
My scenario was that they give you 3 meals, and for any one of your meals, let's say there was something on any one of the meals, would you not vote for that meal?
Yeah, like I'll give you an example. Let's say I don't like olives. So let's say in all the breakfast food, all the lunch foods, there's olives on it. I don't like olives, so I'm not going to choose. So let's say okay, I don't like olives at all. Let's not use I'm not going to choose anything for lunch.
Instead of picking something with a less amount of olives?
Yeah. So let's say
I'm trying to drag the point across. Like
But my point is, I don't think that gives you the less right to complain or not to be able to complain later.
So
that doesn't deter the point of you complaining
and complain about the olives than have lunch and take some olives out.
But the olives are still on there. If you olives make a difference. Olives are distinct. That's why I use olives. But they're going to stay on the meal. Even if you take the olive out, the stink, the smell, the
let's say
acidity
breakfast
of the olive is still going to be on the meal. That's my point.
Let's say breakfast was at 12 a.m. Lunch is at 12 p.m. and then dinner is again at 12-hour intervals. You have to wait 12 hours to eat again. You're not going to eat for 24 hours because you don't like fucking olives?
Yeah.
All right, bro. Next time we do anything, I'm bringing olives on a meal, and I don't want to see Rob for 24 fucking hours.
But just because here's what you're saying though. You're saying I should still get the hold on. But here's what you're saying though. You're saying I should get the olives and I should just deal with it and complain about it while I'm eating the olives. That's the scenario you guys are trying to set me up with.
Not what I'm saying at all. Let's go with the olives idea. Let's say there's for lunch you have a jar of olives let's say you have a smaller, or I don't know, what else do olives come in? A sandwich of olives and a pizza of olives, right? Let's say
I'm
those
not
are your
gonna eat
three.
it. I don't like olives.
Okay, and I get you, bro. I hate olives too. Olives are fucking gross. But you know what? I'm fucking hungry, and I need to be here for 24 more hours. So I'm gonna get the pizza, and I'm gonna take the fucking olives off and deal with it.
But
That's
here's
what
the thing.
being an adult is. That's what these are. That's why
Okay, no,
I don't think it should be called rights. I think it should be called privileges.
The factual actual is 100% true. You're right.
There are other options.
Like,
You just said there weren't other options. There were three options, and all had olives on them.
hold up.
I said, and one of the meals has something you don't like. Just like how you said the presidency, but you vote for the others. I'm making it as close
There's
to
never going to be a
that presidency.
president that you're just going to 100% agree with. I think that's 100%.
In our fantasy team, if we had to vote for something, we were given Darren the bills for the draft, and we were given Darren 2-1 odds for Rob. Would you vote against it?
Or would you just be silent?
Wait, what was the question?
If we were saying that Darren has 2-1 odds, if he was betting you 2-1 odds, Darren has a chance as opposed to
Not
me or
to the
something.
finals, let's say for the first round pick. We all put one into the hat, and he had 2-1 odds to Rob.
Yeah, who would you think was gonna win? Would you put money in that? Can you hear him?
So Darren has 2-1 odds compared to everybody else.
For the first round pick.
Compared to me. Compared to me, and it's just us two. It's just us two in the scenario. He has two names in the hat, I have one name. And we're betting on who's gonna get the number one pick. Who's
So
going to
okay,
get-
Darren has a higher percentage. So let's say Darren. Okay.
Are you gonna bet on that?
Yeah, he has a higher percentage chance.
He has the highest percentage chance. He's gonna bet on it.
It's no different.
Why?
He says it's no different.
It's no different.
Why?
Like, you think people was gonna be like, "Yo, we at that moment we thought the push for Trump."
Oh, he was saying that even if you think that this person's definitely gonna win, are you gonna vote for me? That's what I guess he's trying to get at.
So okay, I see what you're saying. Are we saying that Donald Trump? We thought Donald Trump was definitely going to win, so that's
Yeah, but
so
we
it doesn't
could
even matter
try to
anyway.
offset it.
Like, yo, push for Trump a little hard.
So we had to vote for Hillary. Okay, I can see that. I am not going to tell y'all who I voted for because y'all won't get mad at me. But I definitely think that going forward, everybody has a lot of learning to do, and if you're an American citizen, you definitely exercise your right to vote. It's not something you should throw away so lightly. It is one of the very few things that you have in this country that some people in other countries do not have. Forget running water, healthcare, forget all of that shit. You're allowed to vote in your fucking elections. Some people in some parts of the world are getting beheaded for saying they don't like the president. Remember that shit.
That's 100%.
Remember that shit.
That's 100% true. Respect, bro. Just I want to see who walks forward on this stuff, real quick.
I forgot about these cracker ass.
I completely
That's
forgot.
that's why I chose this. That's why I chose this specific show because I think it'll be really cool. Because they
I'm about to
have really
find her on
questions.
Twitter. I'm drop kicking her. How I find a bitch on Twitter? You gotta show me how to find her on Twitter.
No, I didn't.
I'm kicking her dog.
So
100%.
yeah, being black should not really influence how you think politically because what's good for us as black folks should be the same as everybody else. It should be from the point of view of me being an American and wanting the best for me in America.
I will vote for the best person that is running. And so far it's been, in my situation, it's been Republicans, conservative Republicans.
I vote based on the issues that I care about, and the issues that I care about stem from my personal experiences. As someone that was raised in a conservative household, I have different views on certain things. I have different views on pro-life and pro-choice issues. I have different views on economic issues. I have different views on trade and foreign policy. I don't think the skin color should have anything to do with a political view.
I would say I definitely don't vote for candidates just because they're black. Ben Carson could never get my vote. However, I do feel very much a part of a group. I feel like I have a shared history with black people and descendants of slaves in this country. And so I do not vote just based on what's okay for me.
I think people should vote for what's in the best interest of them. And I don't think that skin color should dictate on what your interest should be based on skin color.
Did you ever vote your religious belief?
Yes.
On abortion?
Have I ever voted my religious beliefs on abortion?
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
And what's your religious belief on abortion?
We're not even talking about abortion. It's nothing to do with this
No, but
conversation.
it's black.
We have nothing to do with this conversation.
The majority of abortion is done to the black race.
Well, I
So
want to ask you.
you should
You
be
said
interested in answering that question.
Really quick, I want to ask you because you said you wanted to leave slavery behind. You wanted
Yeah.
to get over it.
Hold on, before we get into this dude's question real quick. Do you know what she was trying to say there?
Don't go back to it, please.
She was definitely playing homie because he's a retard. But this is what these conservatives do to one another. Just so y'all know, they pick on each other. And I'm not gonna let y'all know who I rock with, but she definitely got some. I'm not finding her on Twitter. Put me in my place.
She was just trying to go into a specific specific thing when voting is the topic. It's not specifically pro-life and pro. It's not that.
I feel it though, because if you can vote for being black or not being black, if you can vote due to your religion or for your religion based on religious beliefs, what's really the difference from voting?
But hey, here's my thing about that. Before
So if you're voting pro-Christian, what's the difference from pro-black?
So here's but that's voting on your individual religious beliefs.
As opposed to individual beliefs about black people.
Maybe you don't want to bring that up in this topic. Your actual own religion.
Yeah, but that was definitely a curveball, and she was wrong and fucked up for that.
I don't think you speak about that in general.
That's wild.
But yeah, go ahead.
Good for her.
I didn't say forget it. Yeah.
You said to get over it. I'm saying
Get over it. Let's not forget it.
You're a Christian?
I still say teach it.
You're a Christian?
Yes, I am.
And where do you think we got that?
Got what?
Christianity.
Woo! He about to heat her up.
Christianity goes all the way back to the beginning of time.
So where did we learn it, though?
Where we learn it? Well, the Egyptians had religions. The Jewish taught
No, where did...
Don't.
No, let him finish.
No, she should not be fished. We know what a damn.
She's playing dumb. She's legitimately playing dumb.
No, she has a chance. There's a real answer.
Go ahead.
I want to hear what she said.
Where
You
did
mean in
the African
America?
diaspora?
In America.
Your lineage, yeah. Slavery, right?
They learned it from slavery.
Right.
Slaves also brought
We gotta get
religion
over
with
it,
them when they came, so it was a mixture of everybody's religion.
No,
But
just on the
they
Bible.
learned how to read. So what they learned how to read was the Holy Bible.
Oh, we knew.
And either
Bro, everything she's saying, it's just she's skewing.
She
She's
should not
literally
be there, bro.
skewing like history.
She's not.
As a descendant of free slaves, this lady's wild.
To have a conversation like this, you really need to have a conversation with people that actually can.
That's wild.
See it and be, bro.
Go ahead and let this play. I want to hear.
Are you
her
going to believe the
dig her-
Holy Bible or you're not?
We knew how to read.
I believe you know how to read Arabic, what? Because it wasn't English.
The fuck does that matter?
That's my saying. I'm an
said
American.
we knew how to
Everybody's
read.
speaking
Hey,
English.
not to say the fuck does that matter?
Whoa. is that a hot take? Damn, we gotta speak English in America.
What happened?
They said reset because she was already digging a hole.
She's probably taking something.
Oh my god! All right, we got this last one. I can't do no more after this.
But
This is wild.
This is the hardest one right here. This is a hard ass one.
Do you want to skip this one? I can find a better one.
No, I got.
Because I have other shit in here too.
Go ahead and play that one. That one seemed good.
But you gotta answer the question.
So the question is, I support the Black Lives Matter movement.
Let Rob answer it first because we both answered first sometimes. Rob, answer first.
Bro, I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say no. Just from So question. Let's clarify this question. Because it says movement right here. That does not mean the organization, correct?
We can separate the two if you want.
Okay. So I do not support the Black Lives Movement organization, just from the standpoint I don't have enough information regarding it. So no, I do not support them financially, on social media, or verbally between my friends and family. So no. Do I support the movement? Yes, I just do support the movement of Black Lives Matter, specifically attacking police brutality in America.
I kind of agree with Rob to keep my answer short. Go ahead.
Sir?
You say what?
Sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Support the Black Lives Matter movement.
Conservative.
Well, I am a public defender for 17 years. I work in the criminal justice system. I see a lot of the behind the scenes when it comes to police brutality. So I'm a strong Black Lives Matter supporter.
Grew up in Compton. My parents were born and raised there. Even as a child, when they had the riots for Rodney King, we had to move to Hampton. Yeah, it was something that, it was the first time I knew that it was wrong, the way the police, how they police the towns. It was the first time I got a sense of injustice.
I'm just interested, since you identify as conservative, I was surprised to see you come over and how that lines up with your political views, or maybe just what your definition of conservative is. Since
the movement started, I've been torn for far too long. We've had the police on the right, and we've had Black Lives, the African American community and the Black community on the left, and it's just constant fighting. And so I support the movement. I support the agenda. I support the mission. I just have not always supported the way that mission agenda was being carried out.
Fair.
I like him the best.
I agree with the fact that Black lives do matter. I think we all agree on that. That's something that nobody's going to deny. But it's the tactics. I don't like the tactics. I mean, I saw it in 2015, the Freddie Gray situation, also with Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. You burning neighborhoods down, you're tearing things apart.
I have people who will say, well, the percentage of blacks that are being killed is high. And I said, where'd you get that from? Well, we see it on TV all the time. But the ones who are not shown on television is in a much higher bracket of being shot quicker than a black man would. And that's shown with the FBI statistics.
Black Lives Matter as a
so they put up this, hold on, they put up this thing on here. It says, January 1st, 2019, the use of force data collection launched nationwide. All law enforcement agencies are encouraged to participate. The FBI has no legal authority to mandate reporting of any data to the program. FBI national use of force data.
So it's data that the FBI encourages people to give them, but they don't have to give them. Yeah, whatever.
That's a real loophole.
This is what she's basing. This is what she's basing these facts on, bitch.
She's. I can't rock with her.
She's on the sauce, baby. She came sued out too.
But I guess they probably want to try to get from all aspects. Like they probably want to get somebody who's far right Republican.
She's too old.
They got somebody who's far left liberal and so forth and so on. So and you can tell these people are more. These three gentlemen are more in the middle than those two are. You can tell they're like way more in the middle, and they're just kind of extremists.
I don't know.
I know she's an extremist. You can tell. Like, damn.
Yeah,
two liberals seem pretty chill to me. I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie, me too so far.
I don't know. I think she claims she's an extremist. There's no farther left that she can go.
But her views so far have been level-headed to me.
Yeah, she was a public defender too. History, your history might keep playing it.
An organization is about peaceful protest and is about bringing awareness. There's no Black Lives Matter organizer who's ever looted a CVS. There's no Black Lives Matter organizer who has ever advocated for violence. So in terms of saying, look, I see somebody black on the TV who is upset about the murder of a young black male, that's not the same as saying Black Lives Matter is therefore responsible. Likewise, I'm not sure which FBI statistics, but African American men are definitely the most killed by police. It's a very specific statistic. Police aren't killing white folks like that.
We can't just leave it there and say, well, we're being killed more, therefore it's a problem with race. Why are we being killed more by the police? Is there a
Because
specific...
we're over-policed.
What does
There's
that...
more police in our communities.
What does that mean?
It means that the ratio, the number of police, at any given time where I live, I am going to see police officers every hour. I'm going to see patrol vehicles in a way that I don't see when I'm in predominantly white neighborhoods. Statistically, and this is actually my line of research, Black youth are seen as 4 to 5 years older. We're seen as scary, we're seen as intimidating. So that's why you see situations like Tamir Rice. You see police reacting quickly with lethal force because
he had a gun. Looked like it was real though, you know.
But there was no one there. Let's say he had a real gun. Why couldn't the police say stop? He was killed in less than 15 seconds, a 12-year-old boy
But he was pointing the gun
with a
at
BB
people.
gun.
But
No,
it
he
didn't
was
look like
not.
like when I had a BB gun when I was that age, and it looked real too. And you know, my parents told me, do not go outside with that. And I'm in the all-black area. Do not go outside with that and point it at people because it looked real. And why do you think they did? Why do you think they did that?
Hopefully because they recognize that as a Black boy, you're going to be targeted.
He was going to get shot.
We could do a whole podcast on that one right there. I mean, I wanted to go in.
It's a conversation, bro.
Did he not hear himself?
You gotta
No,
let.
but
you
I was feeling what he said.
Your Black parents tell you that because one, they know how the world works. This shit is rigged from you from the jump because
no,
of
LA. His Black parents told him that because like he said, the gun looks real. And if you go pointing it around, somebody's gonna think it's real. And guess what somebody's gonna do when they think it's real? They're gonna shoot you. They want to kill you. That was his whole point of the situation.
Over police area, you are Black, and you have. If you were, you know how many.
But
you know how many,
she never answered his point.
I agree with you, but I want to talk. I want to bring.
You know how many guns
I'm about to bring
white
this back to
children
the
have
top.
in their neighborhoods? They're running around, Indians and whatnot, running around shooting
I'm about
each
to
other
bring this
with.
back to the top. I'm about to bring this back to the top. Watch this. You
Bruh, come
just
on,
talking about
man.
ghost guns. You know, we was talking about ghost guns, and how do we end that topic? How do we end that topic, Ellen? How did we end the
I'll
topic?
give you that. That's
How
fair.
did we just end that topic? Then? I said you was like, yo, everybody keep your gun on you.
That's fair.
And I was like, yo, it's the kids. Totally different situation.
That's fair.
And now look.
However, with a BB gun, BB guns have different colors and markings. BB guns are a little different.
You're not going to notice that all the time.
You're not going to notice that as a police officer who goes through an academy and is trained to
I'm not
notice
talking about police officer. That's the thing.
That's what I was talking about.
He's talking about because he said just point it out at anybody. And I'm bringing it back to the topic that you said everybody keep your gun on you.
Correct.
So the person that's not trained, that do see a kid pointing a gun at them, regardless, that's not trained like a police officer should be to see the orange in the gun or whatever that we're saying. What are we gonna say about them? Oh, you shouldn't have shot that kid.
Was this child in school?
No.
Was this child in his yard?
Tamara Price wasn't in no school.
Where was the child at?
I'm pretty sure Tamara Price was in a park. No, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was in a park. So if you just, I'm just out walking my dog and I see a kid with a gun, and just all of a sudden pointed at me. My reaction is to reach for my gun and shoot. Are you telling me I'm in the wrong now? Because I wasn't trained. The cop was trained, but I wasn't trained like that.
I didn't say you were in the wrong.
I'm saying, and that's all I'm saying. His parents taught him that, not just from the cop standpoint, because people will see you with that and people will shoot you. It's not just cops; it's in general. But I agree with you in the sense. I agree with you. That's what I want to say. I agree with you with what you were saying. But at the same time, it's kind of a gray area every once in a while with guns, and we got to understand that. When kids with guns in general, it's a gray area.
So the question like, how long does the kid have to have the gun in their hand before the police try to confiscate the gun, try to get the gun away from the kid, to figure out if it's a real or not?
What I agree with her is that he should have said stop. It's a kid. You don't got to automatically go straight to shooting. Stop. Something. Da, da, da. You can give them any action and command instead of just going up and shooting the kid. I 100% agree with that. In the other standpoint of what he was saying and what neighborhood, any neighborhood that we grow up in, anybody can carry their gun. That's all I'm saying. We can wrap it up.
The other thing is she never really answered his question about why those African American black neighborhoods were over policed. She never answered that question.
No. So, in my experience, I have black nephews and not black nephews. All of them have Nerf guns, BB guns. All of them have them. I personally tell them that shit stays in the house, black or white, Asian, whatever, because of the mindset I have and what I've seen happen in the world. Now, if I were here with my two nephews and my black nephew with the same BB gun my white nephew, which one would be in more danger?
Black. No question. Exactly what she said. You're at the younger age. You're perceived to be a
And
threat
that's
for some reason. I agree.
that's what I'm saying. Like
I agree with what you're saying.
that's crazy.
But if
But at the same time,
that white kid with the BB gun points a gun at a police officer, or let's say an untrained civilian,
that's the conversation.
You know what? If okay, let's even take it that far. They go out and two neighbors down who've never seen either of them, and they point at it. They just pointed at them. My white nephew, my black nephew. Which one is going to get a more severe reaction? Same toy gun from a civilian. Two neighbors down, never saw him before,
and they're pointing the guns at the neighbors.
and they're just pointing. They just decide to run by real quick and do this to the neighbor.
Black kids always gonna be more.
I don't know, bro. I wish some white boy would run up on me, point a gun at me. I'll beat a white boy's ass. I'll punt that nigga.
So if it wasn't a gun, if it wasn't a real gun, I'll be like, yo, take me to your parents.
Yeah, like seriously, like that's some crazy shit.
Let's say you're locking your door, and some 12-year-old kid came up to you and was like, "Freeze!" with the fake gun. You didn't know it was fake, or a black kid came up to you, same exact scenario. Which one would you be?
I see what you're saying.
Is more of a threat.
I see what you're saying, but because that white kid is gonna look quote unquote cute, and that black kid,
that shit is from institutionalizing, man.
Yeah,
that's what she's trying to get at.
No,
That's what she's trying to get at.
I see what. Yeah, that makes sense. That's some
institution. I understand what you're saying, but that's me personally. I'm not like that. If you jump out on me like that, you are first off. You need to know you're in a threat of getting hit. Like not just if I might punch you. Like initially, I might punch you. But the first thing I'm saying, white, black, I don't care who you are, I don't care how young you are, don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you jump out on me, it's a problem. Period. I think it's a problem. So, yeah.
Well, if in the perfect world, Darren, you'll be right. But in the world, or in the United States of America,
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But that's not how I see it. That's all I can say. We don't got, I mean, this was a great podcast. This is a great controversial conversation. Y'all want to go one more? Hello?
No, I'm not doing shit. I'm off on Monday.
All right, bet.
Barack Obama did good things for black.
All right, bro, let's go.
Barack Obama did good things for black Americans.
Oh, these conversations. This is some shit. I had this conversation with somebody before in 2016. That's crazy.
Next question.
Dog, this ain't easy.
You want to skip this question?
Of course, no, he did. What's next? Of course he did.
Wait, what?
He did things that are great for black Americans, white Americans, Asian Americans. Next question.
Okay, fair. Yes. I agree with them. Yeah.
Are they about to make it into some race war shit? Go ahead. Next question.
They're probably going to talk about Obamacare. And here's the thing, though.
That's for everybody.
But here's the thing, LA. From working at TP, I've never heard anybody say anything good about Obamacare. From people who are not on Obamacare, to people who are actually on Obamacare, I have not heard anybody say anything good about Obamacare.
Because people just like to complain, bro.
No,
that's what I'm
but
telling you.
they have like serious complaints. They were forced to have it, and you could say it was cheap, but it was still unaffordable to them. So
compared to not having insurance, and then having to go to the ER and then just taking on thousands of dollars of debt, or as opposed to what? Just like, what do you want to have instead of insurance? We're not getting universal coverage. That shit's dead. Like, what else was the other option? Did you just not have insurance and just be asked out?
Yeah, but if you have insurance, you're still going in debt because of it. What's the point of having it? You're going in debt because of it, because you're forced to have it. That was the whole point against it. It's not really. It's not going to help you financially in the long run if you're going to continue to be in debt.
You're saying, okay. So the way insurance works, you have a deductible. Mm-hmm. Once you reach that deductible, you don't pay for shit. So let's say you had, in most insurances, I don't know how all of the Obamacares work, but let's say you had a $4,000 deductible, in-network deductible, and let's say you got in a car crash and you shattered your knee. Now you're in the ER and that hospital bill was $28,000. You only have to pay your deductible. Yes, it's a lot of fucking money. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. But would you rather pay the $25,000 or your deductible? It's the same thing with your.
But
your
you
car
can't
insurance.
afford the insurance in the first place. You can't afford it. If you
If
can't afford to pay for
car
the
insurance, if you can't afford car insurance, guess what the fuck? You still have to have car insurance.
No, I thought we were talking about Obamacare.
I'm just saying to draw the parallel, you still have to have car insurance, right?
I don't think that's a parallel.
If you can't afford car insurance, you're going to drive your car without the car insurance?
No, you can ride a bus. There's other forms of transportation besides a car.
Okay,
With health insurance, you can't. There's not like other
healthcare. You can get Obamacare for $18 a month, $20 a month. If you can't
people still
afford it,
can't afford that. People are broke.
Where it's free, or it comes out of your Social Security check as a deferment. There's ways around it.
I agree.
People are just ignorant and hear what they hear on Fox, and they want to keep going on about this shit.
No, once again, these are people from TP. These aren't people. These aren't like white people who write Republicans from Westerville. These are people from TP who are lower income, who get a low income job, $10, $12 an hour. That's a low income job. Who might have 2-3 kids who can't afford it. They specifically said, I do not like this. I can't afford it. And even if I did need to use it, it's not enough to even cover like what I needed to cover. People did not like Obamacare. Once again, I never heard anybody say anything positive about Obamacare. Not one person.
So if those people couldn't afford the health care on their $10 an hour job, what happens to their children?
Can I bring this back in?
What happens?
They make it work.
Make it work. They
Yeah.
figure it out. What happens when their child breaks their arm in football? They don't have insurance.
Let me bring this back a little bit, y'all.
What happens then?
Let me bring this back.
What happens when your 12-year-old daughter has a hernia and you don't have insurance? You're gonna go to the ER and pay that $30,000, or are you gonna suck it up and pay this Obamacare for insurance to make sure your fucking family's okay?
Look, let me bring this back. Not just Obamacare. Let's get back to the in general.
Or you can go to Cobra and pay $60,000 a year for
Darren, I'm with LA. I'm about to. If you look at it from a general standpoint, you have to say yes. I think that's kind of a simple question. That's why I brought it to Obamacare, something that's more controversial.
We can go to the next question.
What?
He did things good for all Americans.
In Rob's defense, with the TP people, like, granted, I do think that minimum wage and, like what working conditions and, like I said, being paid equal skills or wages based on skills does need to be improved throughout the community. But I don't know. I rock with the insurance thing. I've been hit too many times. I've been to the hospital too many times. You need insurance. I'm sorry.
I was going to say it before we start this. I think that last topic was really crazy for them because the way they was walking back when he was doing these fast forwards looked real.
I
think this one's gonna be a good one.
Oh, all right. I'm done after this one because y'all gonna hate me after this one.
The black community should accept the LGBTQ plus rights.
I don't know what these cheat codes are. I don't know any of these letters, but
lesbian, gay, bisexual, transvestite, queer.
Yeah.
I'm not gay.
I don't want to get into. I don't know, dog.
What's the plus?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's everybody else. It's everybody else. That's when you get into like what do you call them? They have
non-gender, the binary
people. Those type of people.
These questions are hard. This is a hard ass question.
Man, yo, you remember when it was just LGBTQ and now it's plus?
I remember it just being LGBT. I don't remember the Q or the plus, but hey, nigga, there's a plus now. Like, these niggas are.
I don't know what the Q is. I know it stands for queer, but I have no idea what it means. And look, let me. The black community should accept the LGBTQ community or rights. Excuse me.
What rights do they have?
What rights are we talking about? Yeah, what rights are we talking about? Can we look this up on Google?
Because I feel like as human beings in America, they have the same rights.
Yeah, they have as long as you have the same rights as every other human, I'm cool with that. But if you talk about you deserve something special, then
what are the rights? Because I might be LGBTQ if I get special shit. What's the plus is for everything else, right?
Nigga, I'll get another stimulus check each month.
I'm everything else. Right? Let me put my glasses on so I can read this shit. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll become the plus. I can go back to school for free. What's happening here?
You wild.
How I enhance this shit?
Yeah, keep it a little bigger, man.
What's the plus? Who's the plus?
So
they say black people's the plus.
Sexual, transgender, queer belong to every. Okay, so the ACLU works to ensure that lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people belong everywhere and can live openly and authentically without discrimination, harassment, and violence. The ACLU has a long history of defending the LGBTQ community. We brought the first LGBTQ rights case in 1936. What is now the John L. Stryker and Oh shit, I'm not pronouncing that.
What are the rights, Rob? I just want to know what the rights are.
Yeah, what are
I think they're just basic human civil rights. That's what it sounds like.
They're already humans.
It's like civil rights. We see more.
Hit the more button.
Oh, I didn't.
They already got human rights. They're humans, unless they're not humans. They identify as not human.
Shit, nowadays, boy, bro, they be sending like they have like secret codes and stuff. They have like a secret language.
I need to know what the go to Google.
Yeah, can we go back to Google?
All right, hold on. Click the second one.
We stand that one.
What is this? Can a landlord refuse you? Okay, these are the rights. These are the rights they talking about.
Yeah, these are civil rights though.
Okay, hold on. Am I protected from discrimination in public accommodations like shops and restaurants? Because they say like, oh, we don't like gay people in our restaurant type deals. Is what they saying?
That's weird.
Okay.
Your money green? Is your money green?
The law protects my right to use the restroom. Oh, that's what. Okay.
So that's gonna be a big one. So let's
How do
stop
I
right there.
update the gender on my passport? What if I have a different gender on my ID than my records, like your birth certificate? So like, so shit wouldn't match up. Like you go get a house loan.
You trying to make it easier?
Your birth certificate and your ID wouldn't match. Oh, that's hard.
That's not easy. Yeah, that's not easy.
I mean, but you, Jonathan,
right?
That would be fucked up because you've been Jessica for 20 years. That'd be hard.
That's fucked up. Here's my thing with that turd. That's kind of shitty. Kind of.
But like, you can't even argue that because that could be identity theft. No one will really even know.
Here's my thing about that. Though.
Well, I'm pretty sure
if you sign up for that shit,
I'm like,
I'm about to get a new credit card. I'm getting a new credit card.
Stop.
You can't take niggas nowhere.
If you make the choice to do something like that in that specific question, shit gets harder. Shit's harder. Like let's just be real.
That's bullshit, man. If a lot of these people feel trapped in their bodies, bro. They feel trapped.
If you lose your social security card, I'm guessing it's harder to get a new one.
Who, me?
In general.
I just go get a social security card.
All right. If you lose your passport.
That's hard as fuck.
Okay. So imagine your identity being changed.
Okay. Their identity didn't change though.
All right. Whatever you want to say. Imagine your name being changed. Okay. From one thing to the next, or
name and gender being changed,
or your gender not matching up, whatever. Which is whatever, you make your own choice.
Mm-hmm.
Are we saying that we should make it easier for them to get the documents to match up? But I guess
yes, that would work. Or we can have another line. You can just have another line in the database that says previous name or previous gender. That's simple. They have it at hospitals.
Okay, they
do that at hospitals.
Ellie got the answer for that one.
If you go to hospital, say previous gender male,
because
current
I'm
gender
not
female.
Me personally, I don't.
And they know how to treat you because you were.
Okay, I'm cool with that. But I'm not big on people erasing who they were. So that's just me. But so I agree with what you're saying. Like as long as you have that, they're no longer go by that. They go by this and all of this.
Are you erasing who you were in the past, or are you now becoming who you really believe you are?
I'm talking about when we talk about like getting a new birth certificate. To me, I don't think you should have.
No, they don't get new birth certificates.
That's what I'm saying. But yours, I agree. But I'm saying I don't like if it was like where you do get
Because
a
you
new
were.
birth certificate, you get all this new, where we make it seem like you were this your whole life instead.
Now, if you want an updated birth certificate to match your new ID, we can have previous gender, and things like that. And then you can have a new birth certificate that say, I am exactly. That way, everybody's on the same page. They'll be like, boom, okay, you were this person, you're now this person. Okay, you can get this loan.
LA got the answer to that one.
I'm not saying it's foolproof.
But
I'm
we
just
can figure it
saying,
out.
like, that's one thing.
Bathrooms still hard though.
The bathrooms, I don't know.
I don't think it's hard at all.
What if I wasn't actually that type of person? I want to pretend.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only. That's the only
like
part.
for example, if I just be like, you know what, any pervert just be like, yo, at this moment I identify with being a female. You go in there, you still stand up and pee.
And there's always a couple bad apples in the group that ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the only thing I think people are really concerned with.
But would it be easier or not easier? But would it be? Is this with technology advancing the way it is now? Would it be so hard or such a stretch to ask people to enter these bathrooms to just like tap their phone with their ID or slide their ID? And if your gender states, you can get in the bathroom.
So you
I get it. You can take someone else's ID.
I need to get into the bathroom.
You need to slide your ID to get into a public bathroom now?
I mean, how often do you go to a gas station and be like, can I use the bathroom? They have to give you the key.
I don't.
I don't. I try not to go to bathrooms at the gas station.
It does exist.
But it does exist. Like, why? Technology is advancing so fast. You won't even have to touch your phone there. That shit will NFR scan or whatever it's called while you're walking in the bathroom. It'll be seamless.
Like they could just be like anybody can go to them.
They should just have a unisex bathroom, and if you want to go there, go there. But like large unisex bathrooms.
Yeah. But
just go in there.
When it's
go to the men's bathroom.
Yeah, you go to the men's bathroom because there is a stall.
No,
every female bathroom got a stall.
You can't do that.
They got more stalls.
It's way different.
It's more private in the female bathroom.
No, but it's way different. A male
atmosphere. Because we be in and out.
Like a female turning to a male, going into a female bathroom.
A female turning into a male goes into the male bathroom. You mean a male turning into a female, going into the female bathroom?
Into a female bathroom.
That person was probably more feminine than anyone else because they really wanted this.
Yeah, but it's way more. But like, I've been in a situation where I was in the bathroom drinking, and obviously a girl. I was like, chick right here that just walked in.
Had a pee.
Walked in, but she presented herself as a male. Walked into the stall, she still had her lady parts. She just sat down and peaced out. It was like, oh, cool. But it would be a lot different for a male to a female, and her parts were that much,
To his point, would you let your daughter go into the bathroom with them?
Would I let my daughter go in the bathroom where a man turned into a woman is going into the bathroom?
Yes.
By herself?
Yes. With you standing outside because you're not going to the women's restroom.
Let me just clarify this.
What difference is that in any other female?
Can I clarify all of this real quick? One of my favorite shows, actually their new season just started, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They attacked this topic though. And honestly, at the end of the day, you feel uncomfortable with me personally, I feel uncomfortable with anybody in the bathroom. Like while I'm taking the shit or while
I'm aware of who's around me.
I'm aware, absolutely. But that's
it's an instinctual thing.
Exactly. Dang, you gotta watch this shit. I don't know if you've seen that episode, but honestly,
when I
to bring it back home, I wouldn't feel comfortable with my daughter going into a restaurant, like my young daughter going into a restaurant with anybody, I don't care who it is, unless she has like
my mom with her,
my sister, or her mom with her. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. They don't care who.
So that would be one of the occasions you probably just take her into the men's restroom and you watch her.
With me, yeah. That's why they have the parent bathroom unisex for that exact situation.
But if your daughter's like 5, 6, 7 years old, Okay, maybe that's still
I'm
kind
standing
of
right by that.
Like if you guys are at the
don't
park.
come out within 3, 4, 5
I
minutes.
see what Rob's saying though. You're at the park. You guys are playing basketball. She's going to the bathroom quick. You know, after like 2-3 minutes, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on?" Regardless of who's in the bathroom.
But here's the thing, LA. Would you be more concerned if it was a transgender?
I want to be
versus
honestly. I would be less when you say transgender. Need to draw the line here. Is this somebody in the process? Somebody through the process? Somebody who just decided to initiate through the process?
You don't know. You just know it's a
somebody who's decided to go through this process.
No,
Someone who identifies.
You're at the park, so you just see a guy that you think looks very masculine, that's in feminine clothing, in a dress, go to the restroom. And your daughter said, I have to use the restroom. Or maybe your daughter said 2 minutes earlier, hey, I got to use the restroom. You told her to go to the bathroom. Then you see that person walk in. Versus a female. Would you be like, oh, shit, I better go check on my daughter real quick to see if she's okay? Or
if I was watching the bathroom close enough to notice this person or any of the other people,
you don't know what she's going through. You just see her.
The thought would have went through my mind just as quick, regardless, in my honest opinion. Mm-hmm. Because I can tell you now from my own experience when I was with the boys and something similar happened. Mm-hmm. And I was like, they've been gone for a while. Maybe I should go see what they're doing. I was just in there playing around in the fucking sink, but what are y'all doing? Like, it's been a while.
I'm a big to me, I don't care who you are, what you look like. I don't care if you straight, LGBTQ, all that other. I don't care. If my daughter is going in there, I guarantee she got a mom with her or somebody that I know is going with her.
Now, if you pass by me,
step by that door, I don't care who you are.
You pass by me and you LGBTQ, straight, blue, whatever. If you look like me, you walk past me, or you look like my girl, you walk past me and you smell like some bag and you go in the girl's bathroom, I'm gonna be like, what happens in this bathroom? Like, like depending on the situation, or if I know, you one of them crazy people, regardless.
How do you know? These are you're in public.
I'm saying like in my neighborhood, if I specifically know you got a reputation, yes. But like any random person, I'm gonna be on my guard regardless of your orientation.
Thank you. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. If my daughter is in there, I promise you, I'm either right by the door, or somebody's in there. And if she's not out within 3 to 5 minutes, I'm kicking the door in. And y'all look.
Yeah, bro. They got 13-year-olds with ghost guns out here, bro.
I'm not playing. I don't care. I'm sorry. But to answer if we can go back to the video, so I think we pretty much all agree with their rights to a certain extent, as long as they get all basic human rights,
civil rights, and American civil rights.
The bathroom one is wild. Is I can see there being contention though. I can definitely see that being contention.
It's controversial.
And the right to marry, I can see there being contention of that only because marriage is a religious ceremony.
Yeah, but in America, you have no right to force religion on people.
Marriage, this is a religious sanctum.
It's a contract. It's a business decision in America.
No. In America, it's more of a
It's a contract.
No.
Because LA, if religion was more
that's fine. If marriage was more for religion
than a contract, then we wouldn't have as much of a high of a divorce rate.
Religion.
The first usages of marriage come from where?
You're correct. I'm not saying you're wrong, but my point is, the divorce rate would be way lower.
And that's great. And that's
if people did it based off religion and not contracts.
And that's fantastic, and that's great, and that's 100% true or false. I don't really know or care. However, I can see there being contention only based on the fact that religion is where marriage stems from. And when it comes to religion, people don't back down. That's all I had to say.
And I agree with that, but I also think because you have the right to choose your own religion, that people shouldn't get shit on that shit.
Which means you have the right not to choose a religion and not to follow religion if you decide to.
And you don't have to follow religion, but then don't expect to follow that religion's customs and get married in the church.
Is more business than anything.
It's a business.
And you can go to the courthouse like any other business and sign an agreement and go home and be married.
Yep.
Now, when you want to bring religion into it and bring a pastor and a priest, that is where the gray line is.
No, it's not.
It stems from religion. Yes.
No, it's not. You can.
Do you go to church to do anything non-religious?
Kind of ceremony. I see what he's saying, but the ultimate, I think but to get back to what I think the LGBT2, I don't even think they were able to get married. So I think like to even sign the document.
If they want to sign the document, by all means,
I don't even think they were even able to do that. So
you
I think
also
they
got to
definitely
remember some of these LGBTQ couples. They've been a lot of the older ones. They've been gay for years. So let's say 2 50-year-old gay men and were together, and one of them passes away. Does that gay man get? Does he get anything?
That's shitty.
No, he doesn't, because his family could say, "Hey, you were
Power
never
of
his
attorney.
marriage," and take all that stuff away from him.
And that is shitty. So yes, I do believe personally they should be able to, on paper, receive the same benefits from a union as the government calls it. Right? They call it the government. Correct.
Yep.
That business agreement shit you're talking about, that's fine if they want that to get those benefits. What I am saying is when you go to a mosque, or you make it religious, that's where people get hot. Because
No, I think you have every right, even if you're a gay couple.
Yes.
Even if you're a gay couple, you have every right to still have a religious ceremony just like anybody else.
Why?
Because it's America. You can do whatever you want.
Because it's America, you can do whatever you want.
You will not get in trouble.
Religion.
You will not get in trouble.
On someone's religion.
That's not shitting on somebody's religion. It's not shitting on somebody's religion.
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. So what? When it comes from religious union, a religious union is between what in the religious sense?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that a gay couple can get a pastor to marry them, and then not be anti-religious.
I don't think you're under. I'm not saying they can't. It's physically, monetarily possible.
You're saying there's
there's not going to be no repercussions for it either. That's my point. That's what it comes to.
And there should be. I'm not saying there should be. I'm saying that is where people get hot. That is where there is this disagreement. Because first of all, if you choose your lifestyle or whatever have you, and that's fine, and you want the benefits to go with it, that's fine, is what people mostly say. Now, when you want to bring religion into it, and you want to make it a religious thing, when the people whose religion this is specifically state the boundaries and the rules for said union, and your union does not necessarily match what they are saying the criteria is going to cause conflict.
I understand.
Yeah, but here's my point. They are protected by the law, and they are protected by America to still continue to do that, no matter if you hurt somebody's feelings or not. So it doesn't. So I think that's irrelevant, and it doesn't matter.
It's not the religion. It's the freedom to practice your religion. That's not your religion.
You can practice whatever religion you want.
But that's
so if you're not religious at all, and you just want, but you still want to have a pastor at your wedding, you can do that. Even if because you want that, and you can have that because you're an American.
Why do you want that?
It's their money. They can do whatever they want. That's my point, LA. They can do whatever they want.
Why don't you get a Buddhist monk?
Hey, LA, here's the thing. Hold on, Darren. Let me finish.
Because they want to feel equal, and they want to be. That's not how it works.
LA, they
religion.
Let Ron finish.
LA, the thing is, they can get a Buddhist monk. They can also get a Chinese person to come and do a Chinese religion or do Chinese culture.
Right?
They have the choice. That's the point. And hey, in LA, if they are mad at that, who cares? You're protected by your country and your rights in America. So why are we caring about what other people think if you're protected already?
Are they protected?
Well, I guess we're asking.
Yes, they are.
I guess the question is being asked, but to answer,
I don't know.
To say, look, here's this.
So what's going to happen?
Let me finish. Let me do something.
Because that pastor could say no.
They could say no. You don't get another pastor.
You're not protected.
I had a roommate, right?
You're not protected.
I had a roommate. He became some type of whatever. I forgot what it is that you a darn minister, something like that, where you get people married. He became that so he could get his dad married with his, whoever his dad was married. My brother actually just got asked to get to become an ordained minister because he introduced the two people who were about to get married. So he's he's doing that right now. You can technically have anybody come in and do that. They don't have to be religious. So I guess where I'm kind of you have the right in the sense that yes, nobody has the right to do anything to you if you have a religious wedding, and then you also have the right to have anybody.
An ordained minister and a man of the cloth. Two sizes.
Fair, but throwing it out there as an option. Throwing it out there as an option.
You can get an ordained minister to come and officiate your wedding. That's fine. You can literally do whatever you want.
Anything that we said is fine.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's what I'm
It's
saying.
just
That's my
now,
point.
It's if people want to take it over, like, bro,
Not even over.
everybody's got to judge them solely. They don't judge the group, because if that's the case, everybody's fucked. Period. So, if that's the case, that shit shouldn't matter to you.
All I'm saying is to take it to the most extreme place I can. And this is not what I believe at all. I'm just drawing the. Let's say they wanted to go to the most famous church on earth and get married. And these people were of the LGBTQ variety.
Okay.
The most, let's say, St. Peter's Synagogue in Rome.
Okay.
That you just said in the world, not America. That's the problem.
Let him keep going, though. Let him keep going.
Hold on. The most famous church in the world. They're going to ask these people to officiate or whatever. And what do we think will be the answer?
So,
I just want to know what the answer is going to be.
So, if the church could say no.
Okay.
Or the church could say yes. And the church is neither wrong in either situation.
But the most famous and stout church next to the Pope's church will most likely, based on what is said in their religious text,
say no.
Okay. Because that is the religion's stance on this.
No. That's that specific church's stance.
No.
That's that specific church's stance. You can't put that on everybody.
In the Bible itself, it specifically states that the union is between a man and a woman to be fruitful and multiply. That is 100% what it says.
That is right in that sense, but that's why I don't like going to the world.
But in America, we do have rights and things that are protected. And I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm saying when it comes to religion, based on the core principles of the religion, it will cause a conflict.
Yes.
That is what I'm saying.
That's all. Look, if we want to keep it at that 100%,
but they will be in the right of that conflict.
Yes.
Who would be in the right of the conflict?
Honestly, both parties. Because you choose.
In America, you will be right.
No, I disagree. Both parties aren't right.
No,
they have the right to their opinion, but they don't have the right to
mind your business. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, but you don't have the right to put that on those gay people's or that gay people's marriage. They have no right to that. They have right to their opinion about their religion, and that's about it. That's it.
Now
they have no right to anything else.
Everybody wants to have a Hallmark wedding, and everybody just call me up. I'll get you married. Everybody have a great wedding. I'm about to get officiated. It's going to be $1,000 a night. I do La Quinta hotels. I do the Marriott. I will not go to the Hilton. They have too much money. They need to be taken down a notch unless I can get Paris Hilton in my back pocket.
Look, I do want to know the answer to this before we get out of here.
They're gonna have the same conversation we had.
I mean, I just want to see where they walk.
Play it. Sister Sledge over there about to piss me off.
She's always about to walk before the answer is look.
Oh, she says she don't like them now.
A philosophical conservative, but I'm also a religious conservative. And I believe that God made everyone in his image. And I also believe that we as Christians aren't people to judge. And so who are we, or who is anyone, to deny someone their rights as a person based off of what their sexual orientation is, or how they identify, or the lifestyle that they choose to live.
Preach, brother.
You know, I'm a part of the LGBT community. I'm transgender, so I was born female, now I present male and male.
There you go.
I ain't gonna lie.
I bet none of y'all saw that shit coming. I didn't see that shit coming.
So there you go.
My brother, you pull up being a male so well, bro. You doing this shit, and this nigga got swag. I just want to
he got the drip, yeah.
For real. All right, we go ahead.
Yeah, it was an interesting road, even getting my family to understand, who I was at times. So I think it was like they didn't want me, for lack of better terms, to have another cross to bear, which was what they felt like it was another burden or a condition that would make me less than. But really, intrinsically, like, we're all worthy.
That is something that
Okay,
happened in Black
human
community.
rights is one thing.
You know his homegirl didn't talk?
She normally keeps quiet till shit gets heavy.
Yeah.
I fuck with her.
Sexual rights is a whole nother thing. The majority of the black community, sexual rights. Okay, human rights is one thing. Sexual rights is a whole nother thing. The majority of the black community are religious. When it goes against their beliefs, yeah, no, it shouldn't happen. And gluttony is part of the human race. People glutton too much. And the LGBT, XYZ, whatever, they're glutton.
All right. Now, my viewpoint on the thing about LGBT rights,
ignorant.
what are we talking about exactly? I want to be very specific with this particular thing because when I hear that, I'm thinking about Dwayne Wade's son. He's 12 years old. Do you think a 12-year-old boy should be able to call himself transgender? Is that what we're going to do? Do we think that we should have 4- and 5-year-old children on puberty blockers, hormone blockers, because they think at that age they're transgender? You can't even get a tattoo under the age of 18. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't drink beer. If somebody wants to be gay, trans, whatever, as an adult, that's fine. My uncle, my favorite uncle, died of AIDS, was gay. That was my dog, 100%. If you gay, that's your business. I don't care. That's you. That's not me. That's you. When we're talking about LGBT rights, what do we mean?
I mean, I think it's the right to exist. Dwayne Wade's daughter knows exactly who she
deep.
is.
I like that.
And
12.
And she doesn't.
right, and there's definitely research that says that, anybody under 25 years old, that your brain is not fully formed.
Thing is, I knew when I was small, right? As soon as I could talk, I was pretty much telling my parents, like, these were the things that I was feeling and what I knew about myself. When you start to self-actualize, you start that at that age. You start at the early ages. So if you look at like psychosomatics of children, they start to voice and self-actualize in toddler stages. We're just saying opening it up. If they're voicing themselves, okay, you're voicing yourself, and as a parent, I just give you a platform to flourish and bloom as you do. And then when you're an adult, if that's the decision the parent wants to make, you can do what you want, sure. That's the decision my parents said.
Did you kind of say what he said?
So you kind of like on the same page with me. Like
This is what my parents did. You do what you want when you're out of the house. But the thing is, if I had if my parents had the resources and the education that they do now, they would have probably allowed me to, they would have offered me a decision that would have helped me, live my life.
But you can't say that because it didn't happen.
It didn't, but it can now. Because we have
There's a
those resources
possibility?
now. We have those resources now.
You
There
think they
would have
would?
been, yeah. If they had the resources that they have now, definitely. All you gotta do is listen. You're just listening.
We didn't even actually attack it from the standpoint of children. We didn't even do that.
We didn't.
And that's what
I don't know. Even personally, like when the boys wanted their ears pierced, like that was up to their mom. I was like, that's not on me. That's their body, yes, but they're still children, and like,
yeah.
I got my ears pierced, so I'm not a hypocrite about it. But I was also out the house. I was a full-grown adult when I made that decision. So,
yeah, man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
If my child came and told me I have boys. They told me they wanted to be. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I'll be crushed. I wouldn't know what to do. I was raised very Baptist, and I don't know what I would do. But I am confident in myself over time as I came to the idea and got over being selfish with my wants and desires. I'm confident that we would work towards a good goal.
I feel like it's time and conversations, right?
I mean, it just like you said, you have the means and you got to be educated. Like I'm ignorant all the time, so like I don't know what it means to.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if it actually does come up, it's usually when people get educated on it. So if it did happen, is when you would actually become educated.
I have a cousin who he's older than me now, or I'm sorry, they're older than me now, and for the longest time, I always thought like yo, XYZ kind of. I always just say had some sugar in their tank, like there was just some things that I noticed were not the same as me or my brothers, and like growing up, we didn't know how to say that shit, tease XYZ or whatever. And now as an adult, and reconnecting with XYZ person and talking to them, I was like, I knew for a while that things weren't the same. I just didn't know what it was. I was younger, but now being able to see that person thrive and doing well in their career and in their relationships, and it's just it's I see joy, happiness, beauty in it, personally.
Conversation. That's what I'm saying. Time and conversation. Because the only
But
thing that changed is time went by and you understood, like, yo, people make their choices and they want to do what they want to do. Hey, go ahead, do what you want to do.
But
They don't.
But Darren, if I pulled up on you one day and I was like, yo, for a long time, like XYZ, like it would, where would we be right then?
For example, actually, dang.
Don't say no names, man.
No
It's
names,
hard.
no
It's
names,
hard.
but you have a group of friends that did happen to. And it's so funny. It's so funny because we know the group of friends, and one person was in the car like just laughing the whole time and shit. But no, I don't care. I don't care. Do what the fuck you want to do. That don't
We say that, but like I feel like
how much is going to change? Only thing I'm gonna be mad about is that you lied to me that you liked Mariah Carey this whole time.
but that means I've been lying to you for over 10 years, bro.
So what?
That means I've been lying to you for over 10 years.
I get mad that you lied. That's the only thing I ever get mad at.
That means I've been lying to my girl for
And you know
XYZ.
what I could tell you
I've been
is
lying
that
to everybody.
what I could tell you is that I actually did have this conversation with somebody, and they said you can't be mad at them because of what society actually puts them. So if they do have the confidence to say it to you, you can't even be mad that they lied to you. In my head, I don't know. I don't know. Like lying to me is like crossing a bridge down there.
About their sexuality?
In general, don't lie to me because I'm too accepting of a person. I'm too accepting of a person.
I guess.
So what context do you mean that in? Lying to you about their sexuality?
No, he said just lying to him.
Like lying to me. Like in general.
I'm saying, why can't somebody lie to you about their sexuality? Because especially at a young age, if they're really feeling those type of things, they're probably not going to feel comfortable. You got to think how kids are. Kids are really fucking mean, especially to a gay kid.
We didn't find out. We didn't find out about this person until we were in our 20s, and I've been with that. I've like been around that person in our adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it was like, all right. To me, I already thought the person. I'm not gonna say all that, but I'm saying if it did happen like that, and I was like one of those friends, I wouldn't care. I would just be mad that you lied to me. Like if you said Mariah Carey was fine sense, but if you never said no shit like that, then I would just look back and be like, you know what? He never did say nothing about Keisha Cole. Ain't nothing about no Carey. You're right. So yeah, I would just be like, yeah.
But what if I thought that was fine and I'm still just gay? Like Keisha Cole's every gay man I've ever asked about Keisha Cole Mariah said they was fine.
Yeah, gay people don't know what they still know what beauty looks like.
They still say it's fine.
That's different. LA didn't say that. LA said
I'll drink that bitch's bad water.
I emphasize with table slam. I don't do that table slam. That's LA. That's my wife. That's LA.
10, 15 years ago, you couldn't tell me shit about Mariah Carey. I was drinking this whole bath water, man. I'm telling you. Man, when we belonged together, Rob, I ripped my shirt off. I was so hot.
Playing this video all the time.
We belong together. Who else am I gonna lean on when times get? I know that whole song. I know the dance. I know the whole choreography, the music video. I can draw it in my.
We good. We don't got to do the next question, but it is interesting.
I felt excluded from. Have I felt excluded from the black community? The reason I'm gonna tackle this real quick, because we were talking about Tyler and stuff last week.
Oh wow, talk about rapping, bring some shit all together. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
but he can't agree on the fucking sandwich rule. Boy, you want to bring Tyler back in this shit?
No, it's a quick thing.
All right.
So this actually doesn't have to do with Tyler. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually Earl's sweatshirt. But one of my favorite rap lyrics ever is when Earl said on Chum, "Too black for the white kids and too whites for the blacks."
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, as a black kid going to Westfield schools, that ever since the first time I heard that always sat with me, because I was like, damn, I felt like that. I felt like every time I'm around black people, I talk white. I talk white.
I hate that shit. Don't say that shit. I hate
No, I hate that shit too. But that's what they say. That's what black people say. I talk
proper English.
I talk white.
When you talk
I
white,
act white and shit like
use
that.
your
But
white
when I'm
voice.
around white folk, and I say something like
black,
I
What's
don't
up,
even
y'all?
know.
I'm asking you a question.
I don't know, bro. I just know.
You
I
might
just
show them
felt
a
that.
song or something. You might show them a song or something, and then they'd be like, "Why are you fucking with this?" Or I don't know. It's always something random. Like
What is it? 'Cause
You always feel like
I've
an
never heard
outcast.
this. I've never felt that way. I felt great with everybody.
For me, I grew up in Westerville.
I grew up
And I
everywhere.
can tell you that difference of going to Cleveland Ave to be with your cousins and being dropped off, and then going back and being with kids and chilling at their house. And I'll never forget like weird things. I would go back and tell my mom, like, "Yo, they eat strawberries for lunch." She was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, you gonna have to accept." She already knew, but I was like, they only eat strawberries, and not only do they only eat strawberries, they eat it from the motherfucking thing. Like they wash them, but they just eat them. And they all just take them from there and just eat. I was like, it's a cultural, like you'd be like, what the fuck?
But what's wrong with that?
It threw me off.
Coming from not being in that, and
Eating
then
strawberries?
And then going back to
No,
Cleveland Ave, where you're getting slushies and over sugar drinks.
You getting Kool-Aid?
Oh,
you
but
might
that's
jump
what
on. You might jump on. You might jump on the bus. You might see a crackhead. Everybody smoking cigarettes around you because nobody gives a fuck.
Cigarettes on the ground, lit.
Yeah,
I see what
type
you're
of
saying,
shit
though.
like that. You
I
see,
got
put
you.
more police in that neighborhood, and then you go back to, the suburbs, and you'll be like,
Why is it so quiet?
Why is the cops even waving to me when I'm just playing basketball? Hey, nice to see you. Like weird.
So
it's like
that's
weird
actually
bro.
funny. That's how you guys saw it. I saw it like my mom really liked putting us in summer camps when we were kids. So, but she really liked going to like black summer camps, African American summer camps run by African Americans. So a lot of those summer camps were either in the hood or ran in the hood, so they can get it to underaged, so they can get it to underprivileged kids whose parents who probably can't. So they can make sure those kids get lunch and stuff and make sure they're fed and taken care of. Those kids were on demon time compared to like being on Westerville. That's the first time I learned what a Bebe kid was.
Wow.
Because I learned what a Bebe kid was before I ever watched the movies.
Yeah.
And I swear I learned what a Bebe kid was. And compare those kids, those badass kids, to like the white kids and to the white kids, it's just different. Even the bad white kids that like weren't doing what they supposed to be doing, that were just still bad. It's just like a different level. And me, I can never like get in with like either group. I never like really fit in.
Let me throw this also in there. In Westerville, when you knew both sides, you could thread the needle so fucking well on both sides.
I feel with everybody.
Bro, it was beautiful. Like I honestly say, I was telling somebody this.
Trev invited me to his wedding.
Yeah.
Like I figured it out. I got a lot of good white friends.
Yeah, me too. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like you could thread the needle so well where you be like, bro, these are my homies, these are my homies, these are my homies, these are my homies. And I was telling somebody this earlier. I was cool with so many people, too, like black, white. I see so many people around Columbus, and I just like, I'm trying to play low key now, but I see people all the time. I'm like, dang, yep, this person I did actually have a handshake with. This person I did see this period every day, and we talk. So it's kind of weird. Like no matter who you are, like black, white, it don't matter.
I'll give you another example real quick.
I don't know.
I remember when my roommate I was listening to some song at the time, like Darren was saying, and I said, "What do you think of this?" Blah 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 blah. It was like something different. I thought it was like kind of more alternative, a little bit quieter, more backpack rap. Something I really didn't listen to, but I thought it was really good. I was showing it to my roommate. He was like, I don't know. All rap sounds the same to me. I remember I paused. I was like, what are you talking about? This is like a completely different genre. This is a completely different style of rap. This sounds completely different from like a New York rap or even modern hip hop now. But my point of saying that is he didn't understand the nuance of this a new generation of rap because he wasn't given that. He wasn't giving it enough credit. Where if I went to a black person and gave them the same exact song, they said,
"Yeah,
oh,
I'm
that
not
song's
into
too
trap
white.
music. I'm not into trap music, or I'm not into this weirdo shit.
like,
or I'm not into this."
That's like
West
someone
Coast
asking
gangster
you the difference between bluegrass and regular country, new age country.
Yeah,
like no, you're gonna be like all country because you're not versed in it.
Yeah, but isn't bluegrass a little bit more?
You tell me. I don't fucking know. I don't know that shit.
I thought bluegrass music was like some like super.
It's cool.
Old school country.
The only newgrass song I know is Fleetwood Mac.
That is my shit.
That is my shit. They might not even be bluegrass.
Have you? What's my song called? Hold on. Let me see if I can find my song real quick.
I'm hearing that shit right now.
I'm about to play it.
Yeah, we gotta wrap up. So we've been. This is a long podcast. We went for a minute now.
Yeah, I'm not coming in next week. I'm playing sick. I got COVID next week.
Don't say that. Nobody.
Yeah, I got fake COVID next week.
Also, we didn't even get to the Omniverse.
Go listen to the song "Colder Weather" by Zach Brown Band. That's my shit.
I won't listen to it. You got it.
Oh, you want to put it on right now?
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I thought you told me don't listen.
Well, he said listen to it.
You got it.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap up this week, though.
Yeah, you can't play this or you're going to get kicked off YouTube.
We should be fine. But thank you all again for listening to this episode of the Purple Pill Podcast. This was episode 48. We gave y'all just about a little bit under 2.5 hours of podcast. So hopefully you guys like this longer form podcast this week. Let us know what you guys think about it in the comment section below or
and
on
the topics.
Yeah, and let us know what you think about the topics on Anchor and in the YouTube.
From small to triple XL, all inspired by ambition gear at inspiredbyambitionpro.com. That's www.inspiredbyambitionpro.com.
Thank you all again for watching our video. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. Also, make sure you go to our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, we're on TikTok. It's at Inspired by Ambition. Our website is inspiredbyambitionpro.com. Go check that out. We sell hoodies and t-shirts there. They're pretty dope. Go check that out. Lastly, once again, y'all, we just appreciate you guys watching the video. Thank you once again. Peace out.
Peace. Y'all stay up.